The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
You were going to give me your life savings.
Oh, Jesus.
Babyface, I'm willing to give you my life savings if you'll help me out with this legal gimmick thing.
It's not even that big a deal.
It's not even.
It's just he slides you a backpack.
I really, honest to God, Brian, if I were to be in, I really need to hire a forensic accountant is what I really need to hire.
I opened up the paper and there's 2 Longhorn gift cards.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Welcome. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. December 8th, Friday. God, thank God. 2023. By the end of the week, man, I am so dragging ass.
Same.
Yeah, I'm just even like Anna, who's younger. You know, like I'm old. Yeah, but I think
all relative.
I think I'm old, but I don't think I sound old or look old. Do I?
No, not at all.
Neither.
I mean, you know, I think sometimes on the air, if you would listen to obviously, 25-year-old hot rock and flame throwing Bubba Clem, I sound,
Older.
and talking real fast and the whole 9 yards, and I have slowed down my cadence and my delivery and things like that.
The voice also just changes too.
Yeah, I think I
you can hear someone on the phone if you've never seen him, and you're like, this person sounds about 35, or whatever.
Yeah, well, I wonder what I sound like on the phone.
It's hard because I already know what you look like.
Oh, yeah. So I have to call somebody on the phone, have a conversation with them. Or do you think that people could listen to the radio and they can picture, do they picture an old guy? Do they? I wonder.
It'd be interesting to know.
But that most people that listen to the show though, they know what I look like.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd have to get like a sample of random people who've never heard you before.
Well, that, and you'd have to be living, like, even if nobody's ever heard of me before and they stumble upon the show and they hear my name's Bubba the Love Sponge, they're like, maybe they never heard the show before, but then, they instantaneously Google it.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Everybody does.
Yeah, and then the odds go really against me. You may like the show, what you're hearing, but then when you Google me, it doesn't make you probably want to listen to the show anymore.
Or it makes you want to listen more.
Yeah, it just pisses you off. You're like, man,
it's
that guy's
interesting.
it's like, that guy's a really? He let his wife sleep with Hulk Hogan and tried to set him up and everything?
Killed a hog.
He killed a hog? He's a liar and cheater?
Biggest FCC fine of all time?
Biggest FCC fine of all time? He's fat?
He's dirty.
I hate him.
He can make girls jet ski.
When you Google me, it doesn't say over $1.3 million given to the officers, the widows of fallen police officers. It doesn't say equipped the Manatee County Sheriff's Department canine unit with the entire all 9 dogs with knife-proof and bulletproof vests for the canine units, because a lot of times these dogs get hurt while they're chasing the bad guy. A bad guy will have a knife. A bad guy will have a gun. There's maybe we can
bomb
ask,
in a tunnel.
Alexa, how many police canine units die in a year on duty? She's just not working with me today.
She doesn't want to bring the show down
Let me see
on a Friday.
Let's see if she's even a good morning. Good morning, Alexa.
Do you have to say her name first?
Alexa, good morning. You know what? She's just lit up pure blue. Like she's locked up.
Got
Like
blue ball.
you know what, Dan, Alexa needs help. That's her way of showing I need help. I need chest compressions.
She's been trafficked.
Code blue.
Hold on. I think she just turned herself off. So let me see if she's back. Hold on now. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so
If you're celebrating the holidays,
No, you know
what
what?
about
Happy
something I
Hanukkah,
think you'll
Alexa.
love?
I'm celebrating
I'll
you
add
finally
some extra
saying
sparkle
something.
to our conversations.
Alexa, be quiet. Stop, please. Shut up.
Here's
Quit
sparkle.
trying to sell me something, you upticking bitch.
It's Amazon for you.
Jesus, Johnny Uptick. It's like I'm dealing with a used car salesman. Yeah, do you? Okay, yes, Mr. Clem. You're with the final. But would you like the Scotch guard on your upholstery? And would you like the ceramic wax coating for an additional, $850?
And the undercoating.
Don't
You need
forget
the wheel
about,
warranty.
Yeah, don't forget now, Mr. Clem. Don't forget over 100,000 miles now. If you're on the road and we no longer can cover that now. That can get very expensive. A transmission, Mr. Clem, for your F-150. That's like $5,000.
FTE Greg and Amy,
If
$50.
you want to kick in the extra, $8 a month on your payment, that's it, just $8. Then you got bumper to bumper warranty for the life of your whole vehicle. Period. See, Dan, they knick-knack you bad.
They try.
And so that's what Alexa's become, a little knick-knack and hagging bitch. I talked to you earlier, and you ignored me when I had a cool question. And then when I finally played you a little game and said good morning to you because you're a little bitch, a little spoiled brat, then you gave me a little bit of information that I wanted. Then you started to try to upsell me. You wouldn't answer my original question because it wasn't something that you liked. What was the original question? Oh, yeah, I know.
The canines.
Hey, Alexa, how many police canines are killed every year in the line of duty? That's a very good question.
From ForksForum.com. There were 28 police K-9 line of duty deaths during 2018 and 3 more this year.
So, as 2018, there was, how many they say?
18.
18. So, there's 18, 19 canine dogs that die every year from bad guys shooting them and stuff like that. Well, they make these protective vests for the dogs. And I, being an animal lover and having a foundation, outfitted all of their all their police canine units with vests. Now, you don't see that on Google now, do you?
Do not.
No. You don't see that there was a woman named Vera West who was going to get kicked out of her condo association because she had 2 cats and they only had a 1-cat minimum. But Dan, she'd been there for like 5 or 6 years before anybody had figured out that she had 2 cats. And then all the old people started flipping out and they all, have like a little homeowners, old persons association, HOA meeting. And next thing you know, they literally vote to kick her out. Like, you know how those old people are, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do? I get Kevin Hazlett. It's before I really knew Stephen J. I get Kevin Hazlett because he was the show lawyer, and we sue the homeowners association and all this kind of, and I get Vera, and it was even it was a story on TV and it was a story on the paper about how Bubba gets Vera her condo back with her 2 little kitties, and it showed her 2 little kitties running, only because I retained legal counsel to sue the HOA. I did. Then there was this other couple, and they were quadriplegic, and they worked. They were like, quadriplegic. We're going to lay around and get $2,000 a month from the government because we can, legitimately, if you're quadriplegic, it's really
You're handicapped. You're disabled.
I mean,
you should get some disability at that point.
Those are the people that should qualify.
Not the people with like a tinge in their back.
Right. Not like, a guy like B. Fudd who's got a speech impediment and supposedly a tweaked neck, right?
Yeah.
With an
Right.
IQ of 62. With a guy full blown could be working, let me, there's several menial jobs that B-Fudd could
easy.
work. Instead, the government sends him $3,100 a month, permanently disabled.
Wow.
So there was this couple out in Madeira Beach. And Anna, don't go with your Madeira Beach jokes. It
immediately popped up in my mind, but I'm not going to say it.
They lived on the 3rd. See, I have to do the show, but then I have to warn my co-hosts not to squirrel me as I'm doing my show. So that's how I got to tell the story, but also worry about getting shrapnel on the side. So I got to keep the shrapnel off me while I tell the story. Most hosts just are able to tell the story. They don't got the shrapnel coming in on them all the time. Pew, 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 pew.
I get it, Bubba. I get it. But you know what, though? Listening when I'm not on the air, it's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? A couple days ago, I've never really thought of this, And a couple days ago, odd that you said that, because a couple days ago I said, I wonder if I would be a fan of the show if I wasn't me. If I was just a regular dude and I was not me. Let's say that I was, just a different. I'm just not me. I'm just a different dude. And
You're not Bubba.
What I like the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and what I like this Bubba character, and what I like the way the show sounds, or would I be a fan, or would I be like, I don't really like those guys, because I mean that's how we listen to the radio now, right? We listen like I like that. When I hear Ben Shapiro, I always make sure I stop. When I hear Shannon Burke, I always make sure I stop. You either like somebody or you don't like somebody. I mean, radio is all about smashing the buttons. Getting right, I don't want that one. I don't like that. That song sucks. That song sucks. Okay, I like that one, but now I'm getting tired of it. Now let's go over here. That's what radio's all about. That's what my whole show's about. But it's from within. Everybody's trying to smash my button from within. I'm just trying to stay on the same frequency and tell the story. I got Dan chiming in with a little something, something, and then Anna chiming in with a little something, something. Then I even have to pre-warn Anna not to chime in on my deal.
That's only my favorite story.
And now okay. So anyway, when you Google me, you see sex tape, scumbag, cheater, fraud. Lost it all, tax liens, lost his home, how low can he go? Just, he's a real bad guy. That's what you do when you Google me, that's what you get. What you don't get is I'm actually a pretty good guy. I've done some pretty nice things for some people via my foundation. I've been able to make a difference in a lot of people's lives in a positive way. Yeah, now those aren't fancy click lines. I mean, that's not fancy clickbait now, is it?
No, it is
Bubba
not.
does good. When the bad guy does good stuff, Dan, that the press hates to, because there are bad guys out there. I can't even really perceive who, like for instance, Louis C.K. Louis C.K. was on top of the world, was, a household name, is recognized. It was just really, really the guy. He's
come back.
Yeah, I know, but let me tell my story, please.
Sorry.
Jesus.
There's the chime in you said about.
There comes, I cannot, please. I know the story. Now correct me when I make a mistake, okay? Nicely. Or maybe not. Maybe sometimes just let me make that mistake and keep your yap shut, okay?
Got it.
Okay, perfect. Now as I go down my Louis C.K. trail, maybe make adjustments based on some facts that you know that I don't. But let me tell the story, bitch. About to get mines. Thanks. So like Louis C.K. Louis C.K., man, at one time, he was the guy. He had, I don't know, HBO, I don't know which one. So one of the big...
It's just called Louis on FX.
Yeah, it was on FX. Yeah, I mean, he had his own show. He would sell out arenas. Like, he was the man. He was just in a whole different level of coolness. And then he got some rap put on him where he likes to masturbate in front of girls with their permission. That was his thing. His thing was like, hey, you want to come back to my backstage or to my hotel room, and my thing is, I just want to let you know, my thing is for you to sit like on a in a chair or on the bed or whatever, but not next to me, and I masturbate while you watch. That's just my thing. Now, do you want to do it or not? Now, here's the thing. It's my understanding that it was fully that transparent. Like, literally, it was that he got in trouble, and it was literally that transparent. Where he would tell women or whoever that watched him do this, he would tell them prior to doing it he wanted to do it. Is that true, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
So the people that watched him were asked by him prior to said masturbation that, hey, this is what I'm into. If you're not, you can go ahead and leave. No big deal. You don't have to watch, but if you want to watch it, great. But you have the opportunity. He didn't chain them and make them stay in their room. They had the opportunity to leave at any time and were told what was going to happen.
Yes.
And he lost it all. He lost it all. And he was the biggest scumbag. They had him. Everybody's just he went from being the media, the comedic darling, to just being, forbidden fruit, the worst guy ever, a weirdo, a sicko, a whole nine yards. But he he is one of the very few. He is one of the very few that was able to organically and digitally bring back his brand so that he wasn't dependent upon the network television money anymore, and that he could, through merch and through exclusive shows and content he distributes through his various platforms, has been able to triple reinvent himself.
It was the will of the people,
and really get a good rally behind him. He's done it. He's probably been one of the most canceled, best comeback stories there is.
I'll say one good thing about that happening to him that's somewhat selfish, but because of that, I was able to see him 3 times. I was able to afford tickets, so I saw him 3 times probably in the course of a year. It was awesome.
What an all about her bitch, huh? Jesus.
You know what I was?
You know, it was the honest Anna. I didn't know it was the Anna. Listen to me, how much money I saved show.
Do you know who I'm surprised? And you talked about it, is Michael Vick, how he's made his comeback.
Oh my God, Michael Vick. So Michael Vick does what he does, which is far worse than what Louis C.K. did. First of all, I want to go on record by saying I don't have a problem with what Louis C.K. did. I don't think Louis C.K. should have been in any trouble at all.
No, it's not. It's not a problem to me.
He got swept in the whole Me Too hurricane.
Yeah.
So the baby kind of got thrown out with the bathwater. Like, they were just going after everybody.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
I would.
It's kind of weird, but
weird, yes. Fetish and kink, yes.
God bless him. As long as he wasn't touching little kids, you know what I mean. That's my biggest problem. We get so detailed into people's personal lives, and it's really no one's business. It's no one's business what I'm doing. It's not my business what Anna's doing. I don't care what you're doing, Bubba. It's no one's goddamn business. And so I think that when people find out about someone's maybe idiosyncrasy or their little sex fetish, let them go. That's nothing to do. As long as they're not doing anything illegal, they're not hurting people, they're not touching little kids. They should be forgiven.
Yeah, I mean,
or ignored.
But there's this latest, so the Louis C.K. thing. I mean, this guy literally got in trouble, and it was like, this is what I can't understand about it, is the fact that he goes to these girls, tells them what he's into, and then says, do you want to watch or not? And then totally, and these were people that were trying to be up-and-coming comedians and things like that. That's what they used against him, and saying that these girls watched.
Power dynamic.
Yeah, the girls watched it, but they didn't want to watch it, but they felt as if they didn't watch it, he wouldn't push them as hard as he could, and yada, yada. Really, I don't think Louis C.K. is that type of person. I think Louis C.K. is okay, she said no to my masturbating deal, but she's a pretty damn good comedian. And I'm gonna root for her, or I don't think that Louis would do that. So anyway, he in full disclosure tells girls what he's into. They say, "Yeah, I'll go back to your hotel room and I'll watch you do that. No problem." So, and what was there, Anna? 4 or 5 of them, something like that.
Something like that.
Right.
But a lot of people, not a lot, but some people came out. Like Sarah Silverman was like, "Yeah, you did that in front of me. I was fine. Whatever."
Yeah.
A lot,
the one Sarah Silverman can't save the 3 million
bad.
Karens that try to make it such a big deal.
He lost a lot, but
then you look
a happy ending.
But then you look at Michael Vick,
No,
and you look at Michael Vick, and you're like, you know what? Louis C.K. didn't do nothing. Louis C.K. his crime is like a paper cut compared to what Michael Vick, Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Michael Vick was as mean to animals as you can be. Now listen, and that's coming from, there's probably only one other person. There's only one radio personality right now in the world that can say, I was tried for animal cruelty, so I have a dog in this fight. I've been through this battle. I know how this can avalanche against you. And I am also a member of PETA as well. Because what I did in my animal cruelty deal was stupid, was very distasteful, was rude, was shocking, but it wasn't cruel to the animal. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it wasn't illegal.
and it wasn't illegal. And I'd already, called the Florida Fish and Wild. They were aware of it and gave us clearance. But it was very distasteful, and it's just something that I would never ever do again. And quite frankly, it was probably a mistake to even have done it. I'm not, on the air. And I was obviously cleared by a jury of my peers. But what other broadcaster, Dan, can actually give, have a real honest opinion about Michael Vick as a journalist because they've been tried for animal cruelty? I don't know that there's any other person that can have that much of an insider opinion about a crime that he did 18 months for.
Yeah,
wasn't long.
It was a couple of years, but
I was facing 5 years in prison
for one count.
That's how much that's when the Bubba railroading really, really started, is when they hemmed me up on the hog deal, and I was facing 5 years in prison
For something that no one had
it.
ever been. So this is the analogy, I believe, why you should really understand what Trump is going through.
No, let's not make it about Trump. Let's make it about me.
Okay, but I'm saying is, it was a crime that no one's ever been charged with.
Hold on, Dan. Don't roll it into a Trump deal.
Okay.
Just make it strictly a Bubba deal.
Okay. To be charged with a crime.
You MAGA little bitch.
All right. Well,
come on.
You called him that yesterday, too.
Go ahead.
Called me a MAGA bitch?
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if he
Really?
said bitch, but
I'm probably just a MAGA lover or something like
Well,
that.
I mean, I think the concept of making America great is a great concept.
Okay,
I mean, whether or not it's associated with the political
Back to
party.
Bubba.
Back to me, bitch, for running
But
late.
Bubba, you again were charged with a crime that no one had ever been charged
In the history
with
of the world.
in the history of the world, and so it's almost like they made a ex post facto law against you and tried to criminalize you. It's one of the things that we're protected from in our Constitution, having the Justice Department go after someone just for the sake because they don't like you.
Now here's the other odd part of my trial, Dan, that a lot of people didn't really never brought up, but the fact that if we want to talk, if you just want to be intellectually honest, I was in the studio. I was never even in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Never laid hands on the animal.
Nope.
Never touched the animal.
Nope.
Never killed the animal. I just broadcasted professional hunters that did that. Now, how is that? That would be like charging the guy who did the Hindenburg play-by-play for the 13 people that died. It's his fault because he did oh my God, the humanity. Sir, you're charged with 13 crimes, first-degree murder because you broadcasted the death of people dying in the Hindenburg. I mean, no, I know. Listen, as odd, as crazy and outlandish as that sounds, there's actually a parallel there. There really is.
Yeah.
So I didn't commit the crime.
no.
The crime that was committed was cruelty to animals.
The crime that was alleged.
For listeners, they charged me with a law that doesn't even exist. Cruelty to animals for broadcast purposes. No, I'm sorry. Cruelty to animals for entertainment purposes. By the way, there's no sub-statute within the cruelties of animal statute that delegates whether it's for entertainment, sport, survival, game. The entertainment is not listed anywhere in the Florida state cruelty to animal statute books anywhere. And so, Kevin is arguing, listen, you guys have this loosely knit under cruelty to animals, but you've added this for entertainment thing, and that's not a law. They're for real. They're for real. They're well, it might not be a law, but we're going to make sure we attach it to that because that's what it was. Well, I mean, so think about it. I got charged. I was facing Michael Vick. Michael Vick used to put dogs in 55-gallon water.
Those
trash barrel, like
tubs,
55 gallon drums.
Yeah,
right.
That that gas comes in. That and that's what most of the 55 gallon drums that you see that are used as trash barrels on me are just the barrels that carried some type of liquid, and they cut the tops off and bend the corners over so they don't cut you. And that's what most municipalities and most steel barrel trash receptacles and things like that are made out of, just old 55-gallon drums. So he had 55-gallon. Michael Vick had 55-gallon drums of water, and he would put a dog in there like they were getting a bath or something like that, and then it was electrified with like 110.
Yep.
And they had like these
that's
one. It was electrified where they had like
disgusting.
these two, like jumper box cables where they would literally, because the rim's all metal,
Yep.
and they would literally just hit the button and the dog like.
Then they'd hang the dogs too.
Or they hung dogs.
And shot dogs.
Shot dogs,
beat dogs
hung
to death.
dogs, beat them to death. Like it was the worst.
And it was a bunch. It wasn't one time.
Yep.
It was like
No, it was
over
like
a period.
55. It was
Yeah,
like
a
as
ton
far
of them.
as far as counts.
Mm-hmm.
As far as counts, Dan. There's like 55 counts of this now. And the other thing is, it wasn't Michael Vick who owned the dog fighting farm he actually physically participated in this. Like he threw the switch several times. He put the dogs in the water several times. He shot the dogs several times. Like he was part of,
The
it
cruelty.
wasn't like
He's
he was
active.
just in the house, doing the payroll while the boys were out doing it. He actually supervised it. And did it. Whereas I was in the studio just broadcasting two hunters cutting the balls off of a wild feral pig, and then slicing its throat and killing it immediately. And that's and listen, as
Wait, why did they do the balls thing?
So they don't get the testosterone surge, which makes the meat not taste good.
So, and Anna, I had to bring in expert witnesses. I brought in expert veterinarians that came in and said, yes, it's very frequent. It's called field dressing. And when you catch a wild pig, if you happen to catch it alive because you didn't kill it through bow and arrow or, maybe
Shooting it.
you are to cut its testicles off before you kill it, because if you don't, when you kill it, the adrenaline that the pig goes through causes the testosterone from the testes to go into the meat and somewhat
less tender
and
or
it's
something.
less tasty. They say it sometimes even ruins it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we were going to consume this pig, we weren't just going to kill it and say,
You were gonna have a
we're-"
luau.
No, because we actually had a barbecue.
Yeah.
Like after we killed it, we quartered it. So, and the hunter cooked it, and by noon, we had people eating Andy. And listen, it's nothing that I would do. I'm offended by it today, by today's standards, and by where I am in my life today. It's very offensive, and I would never do it again.
You guys ate who?
But we named the pig Andy. But
Yeah, let's
hold
not.
on. Yeah, let's not. But again, it wasn't illegal. It was very distasteful. It was not classy. It was, border just not cool. It just wasn't cool what we did. It simply wasn't. And I could see where people be very upset about it. And I was facing 5 years in prison, but Michael Vick, Lummy, can do 18 months in prison for just the most heinous acts. Then, here's where we're getting at. Then once, I don't know, he sits out 2, 3, 4 years. Then Fox hires him to be the pregame guy on Sundays.
Oh, he also got back in the NFL.
Yep.
Oh, he played again?
Oh, that's right.
Sure did.
One right after he got out of jail, he
And
went and played for the Eagles for 4 years, the Jets a year,
dang.
the Steelers a year.
He was
So,
so he's pretty
6
young when he
years.
got.
Yeah.
He went on to play the so not. I mean, and Dan, that's the ultimate forgiveness, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean-
Here's $5 million a year to
Well,
play
he must have
football.
been a
no, I
good
mean,
player.
but what I'm saying is
He's one
like,
of the best.
Oh, okay, so.
I'll
Yeah,
say
they don't
so.
care.
But what I'm saying, Anna, look at me. I'm the Michael Vick of Tampa.
I'm
I'm one of the best. But because of all these trumped up bull crap trials, and I'm like, people are afraid of me. They feel that I bring so much heat and I'm such a bad guy that they will not put me on Tampa just because of all they say that my reputation is I'm a bad guy.
May I offer a completely different perspective that you'll probably tell me to shut the hell up on, but I want to say it anyways?
In 3, 2, 1.
I feel like you're looking at this completely wrong. I think that you have something that people fight for their whole lives, which is to be relevant, for people to care about what they're doing, to make an impact. And even though, like, yeah, when you Google you, when I've Googled you, you see a lot of the bad things. You also see a lot about, the records you broke, and that you were a trailblazer in what you did. And that you're on the Mount Rushmore of, like, shock jock radio. And most people fight for that kind of legacy their whole lives, and they don't even scratch the surface of it. And here you are, you did it. You have this prolific career. Yeah, maybe it's not where you want it to be, but most people don't get a taste of that at all.
You're immortal.
Yeah, you know.
So, I mean, when you
right.
look at it that way,
And
and it's the same situation, but if you just change your perspective, you can have an appreciation for the things that you had and the adventures that you had and will have and the success you've had and will have. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, but Anna, you got to think of it in his way too. Is why can I not have it again?
Why can't I keep doing it?
When you look at
that's freaking life, man.
But look at Michael Vick.
No,
Michael Vick. Everyone wants
life.
to play in the
Yes,
NFL.
it is.
Everyone wants to do
Anna,
something.
The Stoics say.
Anna, when you're the best, when you're the in your particular, and so we'll make our playground or the world that we're speaking of Tampa, Florida radio. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. And if you're and if the best of all, and I'm arguably either 1 or 2 or 2 or 1, and the conversation between the greatest Tampa Bay radio personality would either be Ron and me, or me and Ron, or we're both tied. But I'm just telling you.
Listen, before I came to Tampa, I didn't know who Ron was, but I know who you were. Okay.
I understand that, but still, so the greatest of all time,
Sure.
the greatest of all time in your market is available. And he's doing other terrestrial radio affiliates and being rated fairly. And the other radio affiliates who are mom and pop, based not the big corporate 4, but love the show. You could, if you worked for iHeart or you worked for Cox or you worked for Beasley, you could call Shane, my buddy Shane, our general manager Shane Reeves, or John Cratchlow, the owner of JVC. You could call the owner of JVC. Like, does it get any? I'm not trying to disrespect Shane, but if you call the owner of the company,
Right. That's the boss.
and you say, so there's, and you would think that he's going to be the most unbiased guy of all, because he's just about making sure that he's got the best product, the best radio, that's the most profitable for his business. He does. Listen, John Cratchlow is a businessman. He will fire me even if we are friends. It's what's best for John. He's a smart businessman. So he's not going to, even though we are dear friends, but he would fire me if it didn't make sense to have us on the air. You know how many times John Cratchlow has came to me and said, you guys are the best radio show by far in America. I mean, iHeart's got this Woody show that it tries to distribute across America. And, there's Lex and Terry, and there's these, Todd and Tyler. And there's these, free beer and hot wings. There are these Bob and Tom, what is it, John Boy and Billy,
Yep.
Rick and Bubba. These just, these men skewing talk shows that have, 20, 30, 40 affiliates. Bob and Tom have 122 affiliates.
Ooh.
So you as a guy that was potentially thinking about hiring us, just call the owner of one of my affiliates. And here's what he'll say, because and how do you not hire me when the owner of one of the radio stations that I work for in multiple markets, I work for John Cratchlow in Fort Walton Beach, and I work for John Cratchlow in Orlando. And if you'd be like, hey, John Cratchlow, this is, Lee Pullman or, Gene Romano or Brad Harden or Hartley Atkins. There you go. Let's make it Hartley Atkins, Lummy, because Hartley Atkins is a former. When I was at the Power Pig, Hartley Atkins was a sales guy, and he was a good one. It was him and Bobby and Desiree and LJ. There was it was like almost like a WKRP feel, okay? And Hartley was a fresh-faced, former, right out of the University of Florida, salesperson. He was the young guy, the kid. And now he is the president of all markets in iHeart. He's literally second in charge. He reports only to the CEO. Like this, Dan, think about this. I worked with this guy as a salesman, and now he is the second, and he was a good friend of mine. Well, is a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Is a good friend of mine.
So, guy with a lot of power with iHeart.
Yeah, and all the power. And I've had very candid conversations with Hartley. I was like, Hartley, come on, man, just give me a chance. Just put me on 98 Rock and watch it. It'll blow up, buddy. it'll just, the whole town will have such a buzz.
What does he
Bubba's
say?
back. I mean, think about it. If I went back on the radio after 7 years here,
Be huge.
And now I am on AM 820, and I'm not. Please don't think anybody think that I'm trying to be disrespectful or unappreciative of what I do have. But we all know that it's not nearly as sexy as 98 Rock would be, and 98 Rock is where I started my morning. This whole journey of being a morning talk show host started at 98 Rock. So there's a little nostalgia there. And I was the all-time greatest of that 98 Rock has ever had. So please don't be. I don't want Bruce or anybody, Woody, to think that I'm not very appreciative of what I have in AM 820. But you know what I'm talking about. And so I talked to Hartley. Hartley's like second in charge. He's like, no, but just Bubba, we'd rather just have a regular show in there that plays like 8-9 songs an hour and is very topical and very safe. We're like we just like it safe. And he goes, with you comes, that's my reputation. With you comes a little heat. And it's true. With me comes a little heat. You're going to get some trolls. They're going to mess with you. Yeah,
We talk about spicy topics.
Yeah, but not just the topics that we talk about, but just the people, our competition and the utter hate.
But
right, Anna,
right.
you know that. Just the Bubba Army is very passionate, and there's another group of people that are very. It's like almost a civil war.
Right.
But I'm not going to participate in it. Like I wouldn't even mention that dude's name if I got back on 98 Rock. And Hartley just says flat out no. And so Anna, here's what I can't understand. You got the best of all time.
Yes.
That is doing it like we're doing terrestrial radio, so we're playing within the bounds of the rules.
FCC guidelines.
This isn't Bubba, it's calling freshly. Well, let's not forget that I used to do an uncensored show and a censored show in the morning, and then Sirius XM in the afternoons, and never in the morning, Lummy, did I ever say like the F word or like I was able to switch gears and know what mode I was in.
Right.
And never was there an instance there. So you got the best of all time. You got Tom Brady, Dan, at 40, living in Tampa, calling the Buccaneers saying, hey, man, I'll play for free.
We're just going to go with Kyle Trask.
Oh, no. You have to think about, when Brady was 40. Mm-hmm. I got 20 years of radio life. I got 20. So if I got 20 years of radio shelf life left, I do. I can do this until I'm 70,
dead,
5, easy.
Yeah,
easy. So I got 18 years left.
Mm-hmm.
So what would that equate to? What year Tom Brady was? Like say
second year.
No, but like probably in football years, probably make it half of his.
Okay.
So make it like
10 years in.
So make it when he was like 34.
Right.
Okay.
So 34-year-old Tom Brady calls the Bucs up and says, "Hey, I know I got a bad rap with the inflate gate. Here's another dude that did something wrong, and he got away scot and got better for it. I know I got inflate gate, this and that. But listen, I'll come in and be your quarterback for free.
Jameis, you're fired.
Yeah, you got Jameis Winston.
Right, exactly.
Who
Clown of the world.
throws 41 interceptions.
Yep.
Or I want Tom Brady that at that point I think had 4 rings.
And he was getting more.
Yeah. That's what I don't understand, Tampa.
Well, isn't iHeart publicly traded?
Yeah.
Don't they have a duty to their shareholders to put the best, most profitable possible show up there?
Nope. They have a duty to their shareholders to not
make money.
Hold on. For the shareholders not to get any troll letters because they let some guy Bubba back on 98 Rock, which is what the trolls would do. See, it's all a troll game.
Yeah,
It's just a troll game.
It sucks. It super sucks. But
Anna, wouldn't it be the biggest thing ever to hit Tampa? Bubba's back.
Oh, it would be huge.
Yeah, 110%.
I can't even think of. Probably the next most exciting thing ever to have happened to this market would have been the last time I came back.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like this market sucks for pop, like within our community, having something that's on the radio is what everybody's talking about. Everybody in this town's either talking about right now, currently, you're talking about
Taylor Swift.
the Bucks, the Bucks, the Lightning. And that's as far as community. That's all you're talking about right now.
Pretty much.
Right.
That's it.
And if you add radio to that, it's 3 mediocre things right
You're
now.
not, and you know what? And you're not talking about. Nobody in town is talking about anything that they've heard on the radio or anything that a radio station is doing. Hell, back in the day when I was on 98 Rock, we would have a market buzz. They'd be like, "Hey, did you hear about what Bubba's doing? What? He's giving away 12 sets of boobs. It's called the 12 boobs for Christmas.
Whoa.
For real? Yeah. Well, all you got to do is send your wife down there. They snap a picture of her. She fills out some forms. Sometimes Bubba takes the cute ones to go on the radio. She might have to show Bubba her boobs. But yeah, I mean that's worth like five. I think at that time, Dan was like $5,000, $4,500, something like that.
And plus, back in the day, you would change businesses. Like, people would go to where you would talk about on the radio. Like,
You were
and that
disruptive.
was like the place to go. Whether it was a bar, a restaurant, any place that Bubba was talking about, it's like, well, that's a cool spot. I got to go
Yeah,
there.
I was. You know what I was, and I really hate
Matt Heller.
No.
What Matt Heller said to you.
Yes, you're exactly right.
I know that's where you were going with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for kind of interrupting me but having the right answer. And I'm not going to say nonetheless because that would be my first one of the day. But since I said I'm not saying it doesn't count, appreciate the. God, damn, Lummy, I'm getting mines right now. But and Anna, you're right. What Matt Heller said.
Yeah.
Matt Heller came up with this. This isn't Bubba Marketing 101. No, Matt Heller and I am having lunch, and he said. Because Matt Heller is so gracious. He's like, man, it is so cool to have lunch with a guy that I grew up with, listening to as a kid, listening to you on the radio and going all through high school and having girls have their panties on the antenna and just all the stuff that you would do. He goes, I used to listen to my radio at night and I'd hear, girls making out and girls rubbing their vaginas on the phone. And it was just like, it blew my mind. And I'm like, well, thank you, Matt. I mean, really seriously. He goes, and you were Tampa Bay's social media before social media became a thing. Like, if you wanted to know what was hot, if you wanted to know,
There's no TikTok, no Insta, no Facebook.
You wanted a little naughtiness. You wanted to have, chicks rubbing their vaginas on the phone for No Panties Thursday.
Or just like where to go. Yeah, where to go.
You wanted to hear a guy hanging up on kids, making fun of people. It's very sexually based, but also what's going on, what's cool, what's not cool. And I was that guy. And so if that guy's available, and the only thing that you're worried about is getting a little heat. But Dan, the heat in itself scares him. And I'm thinking, ask John Cracchiola. There isn't any heat.
Right.
Ask John Cracchiola. Ask him how much heat comes with Bubba. And I think, and I don't even know the answer to that. But John will give it to you. And then make your decision on whether to have me. Because when you do, when 98 Rock finally has the balls, or Beasley's 98.7, which was originally my station, Lummy.
Yep.
Bubba 98.7.
Yeah, that was good.
They finally decided to get rid of those two just absolute bona fide have to be like kind of dirty and say words that I don't think you're supposed to say on the air and have this bitch on there act all nasally and all hot, whatever. That stupid ass team that literally is like should be honoring me as their radio god. If 98.7 or 98 Rock were to put me on, it would be the biggest buzz in Tampa Bay. People love me. Like, Dan, people at the Union on Friday, and I'd be like, hey, did you hear that Bubba the Love Sponge is back in the mornings? Really? He did. You mean the guy that let Hogan blast his wife? That guy? Yeah. That guy's back.
I got to hear what
I
he
thought
has
he
to
lost
say.
it all. I thought he lived in a trailer by the river. I thought he was doing Uber Eats. Well, I think he might have been, but he was able to hold on, and he built up this whole digital empire. And then 98 Rock was like, damn, hold on, he doesn't even need us. He doesn't really need 98 Rock. He'll do it for free. Yeah, you know what? Any major Tampa station, I'll just lay it out there. I'll do the first year for free.
A whole year?
The first year free.
Wow.
Free. And here's the agreement. And here's the agreement that I have with John. You know what kind of contract I have with Shane and John Cracchiolo? A gentleman's handshake that at any time I can quit, and at any time they can quit me.
Really?
That's our deal. Our deal is I can quit at any time, and they can fire me at any time.
No contracts?
No notice, no severance, no nothing.
That's Italian for you, man.
That's John Cracchiolo.
Yep, that's Italian.
And guess what? I've been with him for almost how long have we been? 5 years? How long? I mean,
yeah, he's a good guy.
I had a first run with him, Lummy, back and when I was on 102.3.
Yeah.
And then when did they sign me back on Florida Man Radio? 2000. Well, whenever. When did Florida Man Radio debut?
I think it was 2018, 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Hey Alexa, when did Florida Man Radio in Orlando debut?
From Hoodline.com. Florida Man Radio, on 660 AM and 105.5 FM, launched in Orlando in September.
2019.
September 2019, bitch. About to get yours. You're stupid.
Did they do a billboard campaign when they put you on?
No.
No.
Brad and I have this conversation all the time that 820 never did a billboard campaign for you because like when
If 820, if AM 820 just bought 3 billboards. 3 billboards
because people don't go searching out on AM.
One on US 19, one on 275, and one on I-4.
Oh yeah.
Right? Just 3. Just buy 3. And it said, just white and black, Bubba is back. The Bubba Army logo, AM 820 mornings, 6 to 10 a.m.
Boom.
Bam.
That
It
would
would
get
cost
a lot of people.
$10,000 a month.
But here's the, you guys want to hear the complete, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this, and I got to go to Word, so I'm going to leave everybody hanging. And then we're going to try to regroup what I originally was talking about like 18 segments ago. I cannot remember.
How old you sound?
Yeah. And would I like the show?
Yep.
And then once I started exploring into the program and saw all the Google stuff and how bad of a person I am.
There's this thing called auto-tune. Just auto-tune your voice.
And but
Like T-Pain.
realistically, I was going down the journey of all the good things I've actually done. You don't usually see any of that on Google. And then how companies, why they're so afraid of me in Tampa. Here you got the Tom Brady ready to jump in. You don't think that if 98 Rock or 98.7 was to put me on, that we wouldn't be number one with give me 3 billboards and put me on the air. You owe me nothing for a year. And in 10 months we'll talk year 2 contract. But I'll, boom, if you even want me, and we can have an gentleman's agreement where you can fire me at any day. You can fire me with no notice, no severance, and I also have the opportunity to walk away. Or you know what, Dan? I'd even make it less for me saying that I have to lock myself in for a year. I can't quit. But they can quit me on any time. Like you can't even make it any better than that. For free. And I guarantee you guys that we would be number 1, adults 25-54, maybe even number 1, 12+, because it would be such a 6+, because it would be such a huge impact that even kids would like, what's this Bubba thing about? And we would be number 1, I say, in less than 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Less than 90 days, we would be number 1. So if you know, it's like you don't even, it's like it's locked in. Like it's not even like, I promise you, it's not even like it might happen. It would happen. We're the biggest brand ever to be ready to go that you're afraid of. God, what a bunch of pussies. Right? The show's not even what it used to be. I don't have Manson over here, singing, Casey Anthony songs. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have Ned writing songs about how fat, stupid, and how much of a cheater I am. No, I do got Dan, Anna, and Brian that are yipping on me all the time. So I may not have it in parody song. I got it in person.
Hey, everybody, listen up.
Come on. You're listening to the one and only
Bubba the Love Sponge!
Oh, my God.
Bubba the Love Sponge, baby. The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Big up to you, Greg and Amy. And then you just got the new one.
Greg and Amy, I love them. I love Greg and Amy.
They're so sweet. I'm glad they stayed together.
Me too.
I was a little
I
sad.
was actually worried about that a little bit.
I was worried about that a lot bit.
Good morning, Holyoke. I'm on 13. So, Blue Bug 0895. Good morning. Ginzer in Florida.
Oh, got it. Nice.
Flip.
What's your new camera?
It looks like a fucking gun.
Yes, I saw that.
Automatic weapon.
It's off site now, so.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Some Mary Guatemala, Iggy.
Did she win? Did Maria win?
On to the next level.
Did she make it to level 2, round 2?
Kicks for Guns 2X. Good morning. Mary Guatemala.
Did?
What's up, Nick?
Oh.
Yeah.
Get attention me to level 2.
I hope so. Greatest paper.
Jason has there.
What's up, Skippy? Snizzer.
Is it?
What's going on?
Dutch Duke. Skippy 77. Good morning. Dutch Duke. Thank you.
I was listening to it.
Iggy. You're a hero today. You're a superhero.
Thank you, Iggy. Yes, I learned it was Hanukkah from the calendar.
You suck as a Jew.
Yeah,
Spencer.
pretty bad.
They could kick you out.
I think they're just looking for all the support they can get right now. So I think
They're not
good.
kicking anybody out right now.
Yeah,
They're
if you're not
good.
marching on the street calling for death to Israel, then they're like, well, we'll keep out.
Come on in.
It's fine.
Eric, refresh.
Refresh.
Refresh your browser.
Lummy,
Yes.
can you gather all the trash in all the fucking Amazon boxes? Merch Crick's supposed to have them down in the front,
and dumpster dive them?
Yeah.
Because
would it be okay if they get tossed dumpster dive tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll have it all done.
Tomorrow's fine.
No problem.
Is your
Okay.
trash okay?
What's that?
Is your personal trash okay? I'll take it out today.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Alright.
I'm good.
Morning at DHKDD. 247.
I saw your AED out there.
Isn't that it's
Cool. Is it always charged? You have to charge it? How does that work?
No, it runs on battery, and then when the battery gets low, it
I'll let you know.
yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna talk about that too.
How much was it?
There, we'll just K5 a little bit.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. It's, But for the cost of them, I'd have one at the law office too.
Yeah.
It's just.
Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap.
I mean, we know what's important.
More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society.
You just be babbling about.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I don't know, man. By the way, the Bubba the Love Sponge show, Friday, December 8th, 2023. And so, like, if you're a brand new listener and you just heard that last segment we did, what do you think you're thinking right now? I think I'm thinking, man, I need to go check this out a little bit. This guy seems like a real whack job.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounds pretty entertaining, pretty quick on his feet. His cast of characters seem cool from what I can gather. Seems like they got a doctor in there who's shucking and jiving, always nonstop eating, wanting to show his abs, wanting to talk about how big his penis is. And then they got this one dude that his name's Lummy, and it seems like Bubba just uses him for a constant validation. And then they got this one chick. She seemed kind of cool, and maybe she even sounds kind of cute. But her name's Anna. She's kind of like this little pessimistic conspiracy little bitch who likes to really. To me, she really likes to irritate Bubba. But I don't know how much longer she's going to be around.
I thought you just said
she just really Anna. Don't you know, bitch, that I'm playing the average listener right now? I'm not playing myself.
I know.
Average listener's like, yeah, she likes like, yeah, Bubba's a real prick. He only puts up with that for so long. She's like,
and the average listener knows how women can be. So
that's right. And, and so the guy's like, so here's the other emotion that you stimulate among men.
Me?
Yes. Oh. The man listener that may not like you, you remind them of their naggy ass wife or girlfriend.
That's not good.
Dan, am I right though?
A little bit.
She's just always asking questions and wearing us out. Jesus.
There's a cartoon character that was like that. Hey, what are you doing? What?
Yeah, that's her. Hey, what are you doing? Hi. So Anna, listen. So and then Rhett and Macho Man. If you're just a casual, if you just started listening to the show for the first time today, you'll figure out that Rhett is a filthy ginger who's a video editor, and Macho Man is our engineer, and he's very rarely on mic, and he literally does look like Macho Man. Oh, yeah. And if you want to really freak him out mentally, if you want to play mind games with him, tell him that he looks like one side he's not symmetrical. Be like, you know what? Hey, God, Macho Man, I was following you a couple days ago, and you have those Razorback, tees that you have, and it looked like your right side of your back was, I don't know, a little bigger than your left.
Oh, no.
What did you say? I gotta start training my left side while I'm on the air. Yeah, which means I can't talk when Bubba asks for me because I am pumping up my left deltoid. Dig it! No, I don't know. I don't know what they think. I know this. I'm gonna blow their minds when I say that this show is strictly, pretty much, damn near funded by the great people, the great hardcore people that open up their wallets and give to us and keep us on the air. And it's unlike any radio dynamic that you'll ever. There's nobody that does it this way, for real. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App at the Bubba Army. And then we have these thresholds where if you give us a certain amount in a fiscal year, you get invited to our big annual party called BARP, Bubba Army Royalty Party. And within that party, you get this big-ass honking Bubba Army royalty ring.
It's pretty pimp.
That, guess what, fellas? They all came in last night.
For real?
awesome.
Oh, yay!
They're here. And I was half tempted to bring one down and show the camera.
Oh, don't do that.
But I'm thinking that kind of takes a little bit of the shock and awe away from when the person that, comes to BARP on that Saturday night, January 13th, and they're handed their ring upon check-in.
Yep.
Like the reaction. In fact, you know what, Lummy? I think that I don't show the ring, and we have a camera guy, meaning Rhett, hopefully not too high and on his iPhone. That's that's our corporate cameraman.
Yes,
Rhett,
it is.
our video guy, who we hope isn't too high on his iPhone, but he might have be holding his dog, and he might have missed the shot.
Oh, let's not have that.
So the rings came in, and me and the merch crick were here till like 8 o'clock last night, Lummy, boxing them all up.
Nice.
Because I had to buy boxes separate.
Yeah. You had to cut that middle guy out.
Because I completely cut
Did
the
you
middle
save a lot
guy.
of money?
Oh my God,
though?
I'll tell you about it privately.
Okay.
So, but these rings are so beautiful. Oh my God, I want to show them to you so bad. I really do. They are by far, and Lummy, probably absolutely the biggest ring we've ever done. I don't know that you can get any bigger.
That's awesome.
Now, you had a prototype. Is it identical to that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the rings.
Okay.
From the prototype,
Mm-hmm.
I was so adamant about this company being the right company that I made them make me the one prototype. And they did did the molds and everything. And I'm like, yep, you got my business. And man, they are beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But,
Can't wait.
So Anna.
Yo.
You only have until I think Monday, and after Monday you're out of the woods. Because I know you're always worried, and you're always a hot mess about losing your job, maybe losing your boyfriend. Just losing it all. You're just
standard anxiety.
Your standard baseline is being nervous about losing your job and boyfriend.
Yes,
that's your standard. And I don't know in what order, but I'm sure that's 1, 2, and 2 and 1 in your life.
Sure.
And that's what you're most you have the most anxiety about. Well, December 11th, from the article that you sent me, the most popular day.
Oh.
The most pop. So you've been, and again, I'm almost going to go by what the article says. I'm going to say you've been warned.
Yes.
Just like
Just
like I predicted, Lummy, just like I predicted that Tony Stewart would get his wife pregnant and he would take her Top Fuel ride while she had the baby, and then boom, yesterday I called that bitch in September.
You sure did. I remember it. I thought you were being silly, and you were 100% right.
Exactly. Red, is that video doing very well? I mean, I know we got it out. You got it out so fast. And Red, I know you're like a little Chinese chop shop back there, just working your ass off. And I'm so very appreciative of your hard work, my friend.
Thank you. It's about 1,000 views.
1,000 views. Oh. And it was a team effort, Bubba, from the film crew.
Is that Macho behind? God, yeah, it's Macho. Look,
it's a party in here.
It is. Everybody's in here.
They're fixing the new camera.
It scared the hell out of me when I was over there. I felt like it was John Wilkes Booth, like I was getting ready to get shot. I'm Bubba Lincoln over here. He's over there.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I'm just saying, he died. He got shot.
So, Anna, listen, you only Monday, if you can make it through Monday.
Yeah.
Don't piss off your guy because.
Why am I the only one that's in the line of fire?
Well, first of all, Dan's married, and Romina does whatever he says.
Okay.
2, Lummy is so afraid of his wife, and he
would just avoid her on that day.
Complete. Yeah. You know what? Lummy's is completely. Lummy is Romina.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
Well, see.
And my situation, please. I'm heavy. I'm probably the most heavy-handed of all.
Oh my God.
I run a tight ship.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, I don't
even know if Dan knows how tight of a ship I run. Like, I run a tight ship.
It's tight.
Oh.
God bless her.
And I got a hell of a girlfriend. I really do. And I've always ran a tight ship. Like, I've always been kind of, not stiff, but I'm not gonna let him. I'm never gonna let him walk all over me, and I'm never gonna, be a little pussy.
Do you ever use words like compromise? Is that something or sacrifice or?
Oh God, not those words.
Maybe in today's
communication.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm good at all that. I'm the
communicate
worst.
all day on the show. What the hell are you talking about?
I tell Merch Crick, hey, if you got a question, make it a show topic. I'll answer it.
If you have a problem, just text me about it. And that's fine.
Sure. No, so I don't have to worry about getting broke up on December 11th.
And Rhett has no Lakeishas right now.
And Rhett doesn't have any big, beautiful black women.
BBWs?
He loves the BBW. Maybe we should do a BBW contest for Rhett, the Rhett dating game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm for real. Let's do the Rhett dating game. We go out. Maybe I go
to Benty Davis or
you just go out to where the bigger African American girls hang out, and you say, hey, we're on radio. Listen. All you have to do is
I know a place.
All you got to do is
Rose Bar.
All you got to do is tell them this, Anna.
Yeah.
That it's for the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Yeah.
And we have a YouTube channel that has over 100,000. So that's all you got to tell them. Because today's world, today's younger or even mid, is today's person that you would want today's African-American bigger woman that we would want on the show knows that 100,000 subscribers on YouTube is kind of a big deal. And they would probably want to, if they wanted to be famous or wanted to get, people to see them or something like that, or promote their little Instagram or like that, they could come on my, Rhett dating game.
Yeah.
So when we would tell them, hey, listen, our show that we're doing this for has over, our platforms, all of our platforms combined have over 100 million views. If you tell them that,
they're coming on.
And then so you get 3-4 big African American girls, the girls that Rhett's like.
Yeah.
That'd be
Popeye's enthusiast.
I'd even be the host of the dating game. We do it like where they were behind a curtain, and then
they could fit.
Yeah, they were behind a curtain, and then it was me and Rhett over on the other side, and Rhett asked them questions, and I kind of just keep it moving along, kind of like the old school dating game show.
Yeah.
I wonder what questions would be asked.
Well, we'd have to come up with them.
Okay.
Anna.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
And make them some kind of listen, would you find a romantic date meeting Rhett at the IHOP and then going across the street to the La Quinta Inn
and playing some PS5,
playing some video games, then having sex with him? That sounds like a good ass date to me, man. As long as my brother don't find out about it.
Gotta gobble it up over him.
He's in prison. He gets out in 3 weeks, and when I finds that I got blasted and all I got was an IHOP short stack, he's not going to be very happy about it. He's going to think you treated me like a hoe.
But I ain't one.
We can't do this game fast enough.
No.
Anyway, the most popular day to get broke for somebody to break up with you is December 11th, which is Monday. So, Anna, let's see this. Let's just hope that you can make it till then, okay?
Okay.
Is there touch? I mean, is it going good?
I think so,
right,
but you never know.
You know why, don't you?
What?
People don't want to have to buy Christmas gifts.
Yeah. You don't want to buy Christmas because you got the double whammy.
Right.
You got Christmas, then you got Valentine's.
Right. Well, I used to do the Great Reset with Jimmy Clevis every year because we would go.
Hold on. Why was I not part of this?
Because you're resetting every day.
I mean, hold on. The Great Reset with Jimmy Clevis. So you and Jimmy Clevis have this thing called the Great Reset?
Yes.
All right, tell me about it.
Well, in the late 90s and early 2000s, we would always spend like a week snowboarding Valentine's Day weekend. And so you would essentially hit the big red button and delete all of your girlfriends because you weren't there for Valentine's Day. You'd blow them all off and start over in February. It was a great reset.
Man.
You did that every year for how many years?
Hold on.
7 or 8 years.
But what if you had that one, man, that you just got signed up like in November and she's just hot as hell? You can't tell me that sometimes you didn't reset them all.
Yeah, you flush it down with the rest of the toilet paper.
No, you are such a
Yeah, no, that's true, because
liar.
then you gear up for spring break, man.
But are the ones that were in the fall, are they eligible for spring ball or no?
Oh, I was like that guy from Entourage. Like I never never really broke up with anybody, I would just stop texting.
You're just a cool guy and
or calling.
We're just cool guy. Did I mention Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army? Anna, you only have until Monday. Then you're clear.
Am I clear?
Mitch the Mark's dad, 25 on the Venmo.
Yeah, I mean, you're clear.
Okay, good.
I mean, you're clear with me.
Yeah, I should be good.
So that I don't get too far behind, let me do a break, and then when I come back, I have to tell you probably what I was going to try to open the show up with. And so I'm getting ready to open the show. Just like, hey, it's Bubba, Friday, December 8th, 2023, blah, 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 blah. I pooped my pants yesterday. Boom, I didn't go to the gym. I feel like crap. I'm tired. Oh. I got to leave as soon as the show's over today and go up to Bubba Raceway Park and grade all that and spend 7 to 9 hours on a grader today.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's just like I got a long day ahead of me, buddy. And then Saturday I'll be working on the track all day. And really the only day of rest I'll get, Lummy, will be a 5-hour window on Sunday.
Oh, jeez.
And I can't even watch the Packers because they're on Monday night.
I know.
Oh, no.
Jesus. So anyway, I get ready to start the show, and then all of a sudden I hear Dan flipping out. It's like, well, my microphone's on the floor, and this, and he's like,
I wasn't even going to bring it up.
What?
I wasn't even going to say anything about it.
I don't care what you think you were going to say about it. I experienced it. Your little mini meltdown happened in my facility, and it was right before we went on the air.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very, very talkable. It's very in bounds for us to speak of.
Okay.
Right? I mean, he was flipping out. I was like, damn dogs out there peeing everywhere. What the hell's going on? My microphone's down here on the ground. I'm like, man, do I got some grumpy old guy over there or what? Dan just flipping out.
Well, I mean...
No. Don't get into it. We'll get into it next.
Yep, he insulted everyone during that last break. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Hey, Bubba, could you turn the stage overhead lights on for a second?
Yeah.
In the mid area here, too.
Sure.
Thank you. You can turn these ones.
This is the winner of the record.
The first ones you turned on, you can turn them off.
Hold on, which one? Hold on.
Those? Yeah, those ones you can turn off.
No. These right here?
Yep.
Okay.
What?
And then, is there one more?
You do got passes, right?
Why don't I just keep them all on? Wouldn't that be easier for you guys?
Yeah. No, it gets too washed out.
Oh, you're trying to... Now...
We're just testing the camera.
Gynoplasty
Oh,
is just
but
sort of...
well, you know I don't like it this light.
No, I know.
No.
If you want I just wanted to see if it would make this look better. It did. So if you want to set it to whatever...
The laser does it.
No, but like, I normally have it like...
You can put it back.
Hold on.
Yeah, you can throw it back to whatever you
just
want.
want to make sure the camera's working right.
With a laser, sometimes I cut it.
I can get a little bit here.
That's what you need.
We definitely need subject matter for the podcaster.
Yeah.
We need what?
We'll need lighting.
I thought we bought some.
I think we did.
I did not.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I did. I got the tripods instead, so we did not order those yet. We were gonna look for cheaper ones.
All right, well,
we looked at them and we were gonna order them, but I thought the tripods were more important.
all right, well, just let me know when we gotta order them.
Okay. Thank you.
Fucking part-time engineer now, motherfuckers. God, I can't sit back here and do my shit.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking get my right mind space to conduct this big program. I'm in here fucking being a lighting rigger.
Sorry.
I'm out here being a light rigger. Say hello, I mean, you know I am.
Light rigger.
are. What's up, Airtight Ski Ball? Good morning, Iggy. So tricky.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna call you the police. Good morning. Family Orlando. Real Elizabeth Doherty.
Hey, Mach, could you full screen for me? So you can hear me?
If you want extra bacon chips or there's
I don't think he heard me. That's fine. Thank you. Here's my fat ass head.
Lumby, I think Rainbow Rick's coming to pick up the microphones.
Is he? All right.
Maybe remind him.
Well, because
I think maybe Monday he's coming because he's bringing the stickers for the cream machine.
I think he's gonna bring him Monday because I told him Macho was gonna drop him off today. It only takes him a couple hours, so maybe he's gonna bring everything Monday.
Yeah, maybe. Have we already got him to him?
No, Macho's dropping him off today. He said it only takes him a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. Then I'm sure Monday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys are on it.
Thank you, Macho.
Good morning.
See anything else out of the pantry? Is there more stuff in there?
Just a bunch of lemonade, mustard rehabs, and then chips. Someone sent you a song a couple days ago? Not one of the 3 parody guys or someone else?
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. It's not a parody.
Oh, it's not a parody.
Broadcasting live
Filthy bastard!
from the den of sin. Just leave your morals at the door. Yeah! You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you live in the Tampa area and you go to Wawa, which I would say that Wawa probably is by far the best convenience store.
Restaurant.
I mean, like, with regards to getting fuel, that offers so much more than just fuel.
Awesome.
There's a lot of places that just have some pumps and a small ass little convenience store. You know, like that place, like 7-Eleven over here in Lummi. That's nothing special. That's got, first of all, very little pumps. Sometimes you got to wait for a pump.
Horrible
and the store's
parking
not
lot.
very extensive at all. It's just the basic necessities. of getting.
It's they're in a pinch kind of place.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're busy all the time.
I know, but can you imagine hold on? Can you imagine if the owner of 7-Eleven bought that car lot that was beside him on one side, and then those small little businesses that look like they're all about ready to go out of business on the other side, and turned it into a super Wawa? Do you know how
that would be huge?
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Wawas are great. They're up in New Jersey, and as a kid and a young adult, I mean, every story involved a Wawa because it was just, you'd stop there for the beer, you'd stop there for cheesesteaks, hoagies,
fuel.
They got pizza now.
So while you're fueling, man, you can go in there and it's all on they got like a deli where they make it for you right there. Like Wawa's food.
I've had dates there.
Yes, it's like it's the furthest thing from gas station food.
Right. No, it's really actually quite
Bubba,
good.
Just wait till you get that new Buc-ee's in our Ocala.
Yeah, the biggest Buc-ee's in the history of the world is going to be on my exit.
When is that expected to be finished?
Probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. It takes that long? It's that big?
Well, Dan, it's the biggest,
like 120
biggest one in the
pumps.
world.
Oh,
First of all, Dan, they have to clear the land and build. They're going to have to build the highway to be able to accommodate everybody getting off that exit. So they have to widen the exit now from like 2 lanes to like maybe 3 or 4 lanes because everybody, I mean, Dan, you don't understand. Buc-ee's are like destination points. There's these people that do nothing but travel to Buc-ee's.
And do like food reviews.
Yes. Like Buc-ee's is this whole culture. Like Buc-ee's is almost like the people that do the ducks on the Jeep. Like, if you know, you're like a Buc-ee's mark. Buc-ee's has as many fans as we do. They just don't give out rings.
I sent you a story that CBS did on them. I mean, it's 6 minutes, but they show kind of the story behind it and then the whole store. It's on CBS Morning.
Oh, that's CBS Morning is one.
What's her name? Janie.
They were talking, I guess, the owner of it.
Janie Paul.
Right, hold on here. This is Buc-ee's,
and
Dan,
gives a tour of it.
I'm getting ready to get. I'm getting ready to get one of these on my exit. I'm getting ready to.
We're a nation on the go.
Oh,
yeah.
No time to spare, which explains why convenience stores can be so convenient. And for Luke Burbank, if you need it to go, you need to go to Buc-ee's.
Now, Dan, you know the value of marketing and stuff. Can you even put a value on CBS, the morning CBS gimmick, which is a lot of people love, and they get huge views?
Oh, no, that's absolutely, it's gold. It's all gold.
And 6 minute, Jesus.
We all know that feeling. You're out on the open road, your gas tank is empty, but your bladder's full.
Yeah.
Well, in Texas,
like I got 3 kids in the back screaming for hot dogs. My wife needs to pee. I want to stay on the road and keep going because I can hold it like a camel. But I got I got a daughter, a son, and a wife that's all driving me insane. Plus, I am a little low on gas. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of folks.
That's how it should go instead of this folksy, bladder's a little bit full, gas is a little bit low, try to find
in this predicament, look for this cartoon beaver, the smiling mascot of Buc-ee's.
I like beavers.
Here we go. Oh, she's got the same
beaver teeth.
I mean, their I mean, she's got the same teeth as the mascot.
Buc-ee's. Welcome to Buc-ee's. Welcome to Buc-ee's.
It's a gas station chain beloved by road trippers for its award-winning bathrooms and truly Texas-sized scale.
Awesome.
Like Dan, like one of their things is they have a bathroom attendant that goes in like every 15 minutes. Like that's one of their gimmicks is their bathrooms are just like, 5.
Immaculate.
Yeah, that's one of their gimmicks.
I've heard the entire place is just incredible.
Square feet.
Oh, it is. It is.
Like the food is good.
Homemade
Usually
fudge.
everything's awesome.
What's that?
Homemade fudge.
Jerky bar.
Homemade jerky.
Yep.
Jerky bar.
And whatever this is.
You think that's big enough?
Yeah, I think she'll like that.
It's cute.
And they put that beaver on just about anything.
Have a good one.
There we go.
Awesome.
Perhaps not since Mickey Mouse as a cartoon rodent captured the hearts
Want to dance off? We're going to be late for school, Mama.
and crucially the dollars of so many.
I mean, they got everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
We love going to Buc-ee's.
Including customers like Alex and Yasmin Abreu.
I mean, would you be as excited about a place if this was just called Travel Stop?
You stop for the beaver.
I haven't thought about it, but probably not. Yeah, it's true.
All right, enough of this nonsense. I can't relate to any of these people.
Well, they showed more like the whole story, but I mean, yeah, it's
massive though. I understand now.
You want to see like a food review by these two Brits?
And we're gonna go. We're actually Tom Bean has already contacted like the people that are the operational people of this particular Buc-ee's within corporate. We've talked to corporate about maybe having a display, a Bubba Raceway Park display, because we're like. If we're the closest, we would be considered the closest attraction to the track. I mean, to that Buc-ee's. So we're working to see if we can work with them a little bit and do some trade and do some give them some billboard and some marketing stuff at our track. Why they like a marketing partnership kind of deal.
What else? Some Bubba Army merch in there.
Yeah. Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, that'd be great.
If I could say, hey, listen, you know what? If you want a Bubba Army shirt, just go to a Buc-ee's because Buc-ee's carries them.
Yeah.
How many? Let me ask him. Hey Alexa, how many Buc-ee's locations are there?
Buc-ee's has 16 locations, as listed below.
I got a lot more than that. But
what do you got?
58.
Whoa.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like less than one per state. I mean, it's that rare.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty rare.
There's a couple. There's a couple like in each state from Texas over to Florida. There's 46 as of 23, but they're building another 12 currently.
All right, so they're going to be like 60, Dan. They're going to be like if how many T-shirts we'd be selling, Lummy?
Pretty much all in the South.
But they're gonna Google. See, Buc-ee's corporate's gonna Google me, and now we go back to that very cyclical thing we just started speaking about earlier today. See, Dan, I'd be like, hey, listen, we'll promote Buc-ee's, and in return, you guys sell our T-shirts. We'll wholesale them to you, so you guys have higher margins than we do, and we'll promote Buc-ee's, and you guys let us sell our T-shirts and your thing. I mean, like we're a vendor, but we're a vendor that's actually promoting you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they have other vendors, right? Like Monster and all those vendors, Dan, have to cut deals with Buc-ee's. If you're a
They all cut a deal. You're right.
Right.
Everyone has to cut a deal.
Right. From Nestle Crunch guy, from the Nestle Crunch representative to the Zephyr Hills water guy. All these brands have to cut a deal with Buc-ee's.
And one of the parts of the deal is how they're displayed at Buc-ee's.
Right.
Like how the height of the display, the width of the display, how prominent it is. That's really
right. So
relevant
can you imagine if one of these companies told Buc-ee's, well, not only are we asking you to carry our product, but we're going to promote you on our product. So that's what we have the ability to say. Not only we'll be a vendor and you'll sell our T-shirts, but in return, we will promote the fact that people can get our T-shirts at Buc-ee's and talk about Buc-ee's and Buc-ee's this and Buc-ee's that and Buc-ee's this. So we're one of the very few vendors that are actually giving something of value back promotionally. We're just not asking you to sell, and you guys pay us, for everything that you sell, right?
Yeah, no, it sounds like a good relationship.
That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome.
That would be.
So Dan, I'm walking in, getting ready for the show, and I feel as if we had I was getting ready to start, and I was going to talk about how the rings got here yesterday, and how I talked to. You remember Doc, the guy who originally did the Bubba Army signs?
Oh yeah,
the ones that are illuminated right now all throughout the studio.
Mm-hmm.
The brushed aluminum. It's just
they're really cool.
They really are. I think they're like 1,800 a piece back then.
Wow.
How many? You said you have how many?
Well, I don't know. Count them. How many are in here?
2, 3,
Got at least
4.
6 in here.
Well, add 3 because he's making me 3 more.
Wow.
I talked to Doc yesterday, and see where these 2 flags are behind me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, that looks to me. That looks Tic Tac. That looks fraternity. That doesn't look professional to me. It looks Tic Tac. And so, Dan, don't you think that 2 more of those illuminated Bubba Army signs would really, really pop?
Hell yeah.
So then, when you first walk in the studio, you know I have that Valken sign right there. You know, on that one piece on this board right here. You know, right next to my door.
Yes.
There's that logo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to take one of these and put there too.
Right. I think it's a good idea.
Now you're gonna have to watch. He's gonna actually take Lummy on that one. He's gonna take the edges and round the edges.
Oh, nice.
On both sides, so that if somebody did run into it, it doesn't have a. Because if you look at him now, man, that's a blunt edge.
Oh, it's sharp.
If you look at him right now, that would hurt you if you
Yes.
ran into that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then Dan, we're gonna redo the front sign that burned out.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of making it the Bubba Radio Network, he's gonna make it one of these signs, but it's going to be like 6 foot by 6 foot.
That's huge.
Yeah. It's gonna take in the entire Lummy. It's gonna be as wide as those cables.
Yep.
And as tall as that highest point of the whatever the front structure. I don't know.
It's gonna be
How much do each of these signs weigh? The
quite a bit.
I can't tell if they're like super heavy or not.
They're not that heavy. They're because they're made out of aluminum.
Oh, okay.
But Doc is coming up Monday, Lummy, to do some measurements and stuff, and so we're going to get it. I'm hoping to have the new all of this done by BARP.
That would be so cool.
Hell yeah.
Hoping to have all this done from BARP. So I'm getting ready to talk about that, and don't forget about I was on the Wawa deal, and that is we got somebody that ordered a bunch of Bubba Army stickers. And I'm gonna, and this person sends pictures to me. But if you go to a Wawa, look for a Bubba Army sticker because we got a mad Tampa tagger that's going crazy on Wawas. There's a lot of Bubba Army stickers
on the gas pumps and stuff.
Well, just various, mostly on the gas pumps and things like that.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe take a pic and send to us.
Maybe someone that maybe works for a different station. Maybe saw a Bubba Army sticker in Key West. I think it was planted by John from Naples.
Really?
Yeah, and they sent me a picture of it. They went
to said personality.
No, it was sent to me, privately. That they found it, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So when you see a Bubba Army sticker, like the one I got from Rowan, Indiana, remember, Lummy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you see one, man, send it to us. Send us a picture, who you are, where you are. And so we can put it up on our Insta and our Facebook and our TikTok and all that kind of stuff. Please, let me. Where do they send it?
Bubba Army Pics at gmail.com.
Bubba Army Pics, PICS at gmail.com. So I'm ready to start today. Was going to maybe do my shirt of the day. This is how I was going to start the show an hour and a half ago. Okay, this is how I might as well just let Rhett take a look at my man.
You got it. You can't see. Oh, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan experience.
So I'll send that to Joe. I might get some traction out of that, huh?
Hell yeah.
So I'm ready to start the show. It's Friday. Gotta get the hell out of here. And all of a sudden, Dan's flipping out. And I go, Lummy, what's going on? He's like, Dan's mad about something. And I go, Dan, what's wrong? And he's like, so my microphone's on the floor. How did my microphone get on the floor? And then I was driving in today. And what, are you in your beater or are you in your nice car? Are you in your Ferrari?
Nice car. And, this morning was a great morning. I woke up on time. I wasn't tired. Okay. I felt good. I'm driving in and I'm downshifting. And I love this. Anna hears me. I think it was Anna.
Yeah.
And hits the button for the gate. So I don't even have to slow down. I just pull right in, and it was just perfect. And I just love when she does that for me. Thank you, Anna. It really makes me makes
Good,
inside.
good. I'm glad.
It's a really nice treat.
I hear you before I see you always.
Right.
So you already got her. Yeah. You got her trained to open the gate for you if she hears you downshifting.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
So as you're pulling up, it's just kind of all the way open up.
Everything's good.
You're rolling in just like you're Batman.
Yes, I feel like Batman. Exactly. Feel like Batman.
You didn't have to stop 1 second to enter through the gate. The gate was open for you.
Yep.
You're rolling in just like you're rolling into the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right at 5:56, right on time, exactly on time. Everything's clicking perfectly. I had made the lights I needed to make.
Yeah.
Everything's great.
Right.
And then I get out of the car, and all of a sudden, Scout attacks me. And then, like,
Full
she like,
steam ahead.
like literally like
Wiener on the
attacks me.
loose.
Like it comes out of nowhere. And like, "Rah!"
And she's a
She thought he was gay.
And thinking, first of all, she doesn't like Italians for
no,
some reason.
she doesn't like Italians.
Like if she sees me, that
Racist
bitch,
wiener.
if she sees me. Like Scout has established who she likes and doesn't like around here, and like she loves me. Like, and Rhett, you can validate this. Like she loves me. She loves Macho Man.
Yes.
She loves the Merch Crick. She loves
Lummy.
Anna.
Me, yeah.
Anna. She loves Lummy.
Yep.
But she doesn't like Jay or Dan.
She doesn't like Jay, and she thinks I'm Jay.
Okay.
And she doesn't like Babyface.
And she doesn't like See,
Well,
she
no one
knows.
does.
But see, she kind of has a pretty good idea as to the full timers versus the part timers, right, Lummy?
Yeah, she
She's
doesn't
like-
like Big Red, but Big Red looks like Rhett's dad, so it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, well, but here's who I know she does not like. Scout, the wiener dog, doesn't like Dan, doesn't like Jay, and doesn't like Babyface. Like, those are the three people that she has the most interaction with that she will bark and try to bite. She's like,
That's
now, so
crazy.
now, Dan, she's biting?
No, she wasn't biting, but she was like barking and going back and forth. And then I realized the gate's open. I'm like, why is the dog loose if we're coming in and out? Because I didn't want the dog to run into the street and get hit by a car.
So, Rhett, why are we letting Scout patrol the parking lot for bad guys when she could get ran over?
Well, she was in the back with Bella, and I guess when the gate opened and she saw the cars coming in, she went under
Well,
that
you know what we need to do?
hole in the gate. We need to fill it.
No, all we need to do is, those ramps I have?
Yeah.
Just put one of those ramps there, and she can't.
Just temporarily?
Yeah, just and as I need
Block
that
it.
ramp, or I open the gate up, or we'll just put that.
She's starting to be more of a problem here at work, so I think she may be a part-timer here soon.
Really?
I'm
Really?
really
You just
thinking
come into
about
this
it.
realization?
No, hold on,
Really
stop.
thinking about it.
Epiphany?
Stop. Let's talk about this. So you're saying like she's getting you so much heat at work that you don't think that you can get her to change her ways, and she's just going to continue to be naughty and do things, and it's going to end up getting you in trouble.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm very,
that's the long and short of it.
And I'm very I'm lenient about her being here. Like I like
You
her.
are, and I really do appreciate it. But I don't want to be at work and have to sweat about what she's doing because she doesn't listen. She thinks she owns the place.
Yeah.
She
She
barks at
humps Bella.
everyone. And if we ever have a guest, it gets to be an issue. Because if we have a guest and I have to run into the studio to do the mobile cam or whatever, she'll stand at the door and she'll cry and she'll bark.
She just goes
And
crazy.
again, I know that's the atmosphere we have around here, but it just stresses me out some days.
But maybe let's back her down, to like she at least gets a day or two here a week. Don't like cold turkey her because she's got good friends.
Did she break up with Bella?
Well, Bella, it might cause
she'd
Bella
she'd hang out with Bella all day. She could.
She would all day. You could put them out back all day, and they will entertain themselves.
They'd probably tear the place apart.
friends?
But
Yeah.
But they like
They're lovers.
They get into this chewing party.
they're very destructive.
Yeah, they together they are.
Yeah, they're a bad influence on each other.
Right.
It's like you and Dan.
Yeah, they're like me and Dan, and they really are. But the best case scenario is when Merch Crick's upstairs doing merch, to send her up there and play with Bella, and then close keep them in that little area. They can only do so much damage, but they are Erica says that she has to watch them nonstop because they'll just start chewing on like just whatever. Like the corner
Everything's a toy.
Yeah, and no corner sacred, no nothing. So now, what would you do with her while you're not here?
Leave her at my mom's.
Well, you said that's how you
Sad.
No, it's not sad. She'd have. She
But
doesn't like being alone.
How far is that? But how much does that disrupt your schedule?
I'd have to leave earlier in the morning, so I'd
I know.
probably drop her off the night before, which would.
So you're going to lose all that time, like 16
that
hours?
Sucks, buddy. Come on.
It does.
Why can't you just train her?
She doesn't listen.
She doesn't.
Dude, why don't you just get a small crate and leave her in the damn crate, and if she's barking, she'll learn not to bark. And you can put her in Studio B if you have to, because it's nice and quiet in there, and just let her chill in her
she
thing
will
and
bark,
piss all over
She'll
it.
be heard.
She
She won't
will-
get tired of barking. She'll bark for 5 hours.
She'll
Get the
bark for
shocker.
5 hours. Yeah, you know what? Maybe rat.
Shock the ween.
Yeah.
Rat.
Quite.
I
Not quite.
have a shock collar, and for Bella. and I've only had to use the electric part 2 times. You can just use the buzz, like the buzz will scare them, like just like that. That's just a vibration. It's just literally a vibration. They also have the one that I have, just has a sound that goes dee 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 dee. Well, that lets the dog know, hey buddy,
The good news is going to be there.
you keep acting your way, you're gonna get shocked, and it only takes them getting shocked 1 or 2 times, and now Bella's so stupid that she doesn't even have the shock collar on, but if I show her the remote control, she freaks.
That's really smart.
Well,
I don't know if she thinks that, okay, he's showing me the remote control and I can get shocked, or he's showing me the remote control and he's going to bring out the hardware here soon.
Classical conditioning at its finest.
But crate training is really the modern way of showing a dog how to like not crap in the house and to have the crate be like a good, happy place, not a bad place. It's not a punishment. It becomes their mobile mobile bedroom.
In our world, this is you guys are going to all laugh, but we call it Bella's office. It's her office.
Brother.
And so all I got to do.
Sorry.
No, it's not office, brother.
Oh, sorry.
Experience the myth behind the madness.
I just live in a world of urine and pancakes, you know?
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after these words.
Christmas trees.
Dark match? What are you talking about, country girl? Just wipe the pussy juice off of it from the strippers? Oh, the shot collar.
Oh, sure.
What's up, Farmer Grom?
Oh, I had a wonderful conversation with Naba yesterday.
You did?
Oh, really? Everything work out? She's having a colonoscopy today.
Did you?
I wish I could have recorded it. How fucking stiff we are to each other.
Was it funny? She's funny.
Oh,
She's very funny.
Hold on. It's all in the guise of friendly banter.
Of course.
Like it's all in the, like the way guys would talk, like the way guys fuck with each other. It's all in that. I'm actually talk about it on the air because it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, she's a good sport.
Because she really is condescending to me. She'll be like, hey, I'm like, what? She's like, your stupid boyfriend wanted me to call you and get you whatever you needed. So what the hell do you need? And I'd be like, well, first of all, well, I'm not even going to get into this. That's how it went, Dan. I'd be like, you better watch out and you better be a little bit nicer because I'll tell my boyfriend to come in tomorrow. It'd be a real bad mood. It'd be real demanding. And she goes, that's not any different than any other day.
Hey, Chris Daniels. Welcome.
Well, I mean, there we are. Oh, no. Sorry. I thought it showed an old guy sitting on, I thought he was sitting on a shitter.
Oh. No, but she loves you, Bubba.
Oh, no. Hold on. I love the shit out of her, too. But just wait till I'm gonna talk about our banter.
Okay.
It's so funny. because she'll dog you in a kind of a smart ass kind of way, but then she'll flank back, you know, and cover her ass. Kind of like everybody in your life.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone loves to take digs at me.
Most people think that you're kind of a dick, and then they need you, and you fucking absolutely, completely make life so much better for them, and fix them, and make them so they don't have to go sit in a fucking waiting room for fucking 3 hours and be a number, and you give them this fucking VIP treatment, and you cure them of COVID, and they don't die. Then Dan's not so much of a dick, is he?
No.
he's a hero. And that's why he's allowed to be a dick, because he does stuff like that.
Well, I appreciate the latitude.
All right, so what are we at? 3, 7, 30. Okay, we're not too far behind today, Lummy.
No, nope. The last two birds really good. Valentino. Country Girl. Steve. Thank you, Mr. Bergstad.
So Dan, do you know your Do you know your holiday schedule, like the days that your offices are? Do you know what day your offices are?
I can tell you in 2 hours. I don't know offhand.
No. Just tell me. Bring it to me Monday. Just let me know that way, because I want to.
He needs to grab a monster.
I want to like maybe do a me, you, and Brian show one
Okay, we can
podcast.
definitely do that. I'll have some time. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I want to know what your holiday schedule is.
Okay.
Uh-oh. You just hit something.
Who said what?
I heard Dan go, ow, ow.
Good. Hope he just got bit by.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, well,
Oh, he hit his funny bone.
not funny.
Not funny. Oh, you kicked a dog or something.
No, I'd be laughing. Not wincing.
In Bubba we trust. In Bubba you lust.
Naughty, naughty.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Yesterday's podcast, 2/3 of the Killer Bees available. Well, the best way to get us would be to go to our new, all and improved, reskinned, still a work in progress. Please give us till about January to really work out the bugs, but go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. That's BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and get a screen name at least and become at least a grunt. And that doesn't cost anything. And that gives you some certain things and coolness. And then you can, there's 2 levels of subscription. Sergeant and Lieutenant both come with some unbelievable features. The archive section alone, Lummy, is worth it. My God.
Oh, it is.
20,000 different pieces of content and shows. And Lummy, we just found Cox Mornings 8, 9. We were missing what, 8, 9, and 10?
Yeah, 8, 9, and part of 10. So we got everything.
And
now.
we're going to probably have that up by the end of December.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Oh, I would say so.
Bubba Army HQ. And Lummy, I'm going through my various air checks from WPFR to XL 106.7 and all of that. You know, you may have been a member of BubbaArmyRadio.com and think that you've heard, but we're putting up some archive stuff that a lot of you, even like your Scotty Landers and guys that have been with us from day one, we're putting up stuff that you probably have Joe the Supermark. Stuff. If Joe the Supermark hasn't heard it, then it's super exclusive.
These are your private tapes and
Did we ever find his box full of tapes?
No, we have not.
Can we make sure we put a lookout for that? I know it's got to be around here somewhere.
Yeah, we will. We will look for it. I mean, it may got mixed in, but I don't think they did. But we'll keep looking for it.
Yesterday's podcast, me and Brian, or you can go to Spotify, Google, iTunes, iHeart, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Type in The Bubba Army and just listen to yesterday's show. It was only available on via podcast. And I think the when we do exclusive shows like that, it really pops the numbers. I think so.
Sure does. Yep.
Thank you for being a daily downloader of our podcast. I'm looking to have about 4 pieces of exclusive once Seth gets on board. Having 4, maybe 5 pieces of exclusive content, not regurgitated stuff, up on Bubba Army HQ. I know today on our YouTube channel, the Ralph tribute video goes up, and it's. Did you say it was 8 hours?
It's like 6 hours.
5, 6 hours.
Yeah, so it's every
time he called in or appeared on the show.
Really?
Yep.
Not even in long form, like where we talked about 4 different topics and then he called in, or does it go right to the call in?
It goes right to the call in.
Right.
Anytime you heard his voice.
Wow.
That's a lot.
So we have our Ralph Cirillo, R.I.P., rest in peace, tribute video that goes up later today. That's awesome. Thank you, Rhett, for that. And then, so I was talking about, Dan was talking about how Scout, the wiener dog, Rhett's wiener dog, has really come in here like a wrecking ball and taken over the place. And so Rhett is like it pees and poops. Well, like today, Dan, you pull in, it's in the parking lot.
Right.
Like Rhett, I don't know how.
Well,
why was she even in the parking lot?
Well, she was in the back with Bella behind the closed gate. She saw Bella, and I was already going to be like a minute behind to our meeting this morning.
So as soon as
she started freaking out, so I just let her go. You know what I mean? I let her go back there.
So she saw Bella, so she flipped. So,
because if Bella's out there, she'll lay at the gate, and she'll just kind of watch out in the parking lot. So it's almost inevitable that they see each other.
Right. Well, you could put her back there. After the next break, I could go move that ramp, and you can. That's where she prefers to be.
Oh, they're playing together now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, what you should do, since you're a lot more accessible than I am, is just get one of those aluminum ramps, which is laying right there, and literally just jam it into that area.
Okay.
And Bubba, if you come, by the way, if you come to the studio over the weekend.
Can you say that again, Bubba? What?
Hey, Bubba, if you come to the studio.
Didn't put that last part.
Pause.
Hey, Bubba, if you come.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Bubba.
To the studio.
If you come to the studio.
Yes, mommy.
That metal bracket that I have against the goat fence right now, if you could just, if you do come at any point and feed the goats or do whatever, if you could just leave that there. The goats have figured a new way to escape.
What?
Yeah. They're smart. Very smart.
All right, hold on now. So there's a metal bracket where, buddy?
It's where the 2 fences meet.
Right.
Where you can open it. I have it into the ground and leaned up against it. So their new way of escaping is Hootie comes back to the pond and then goes full blast into the middle and rams it open.
You're
really
absolutely kidding me.
I watched them because when I was walking out, they didn't
for
want me
real.
To leave. Yes, 100%. They didn't want me to leave, so when I was walking out the gate, I locked it, put everything away, and right when I hit it, I turned around and I saw Hootie running because he was doing this.
Well, hey, why don't I just park the Crown Vic against the back of the gate?
Are you going to dent the Crown Vic when they try to ram it?
No, I could get it. Well, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, well, no, I mean the metal bracket's working. It's working. I'm going to come up with a solution with Wolf. But I watched Hootie. He gets all the way back and then
he gets
rams
back there like Curly from the Three Stooges and goes
with his head straight into the. They figured out where to hit it perfect.
Real.
Yeah, right between the two.
It only took him 3 years. How long have we had those stupid things?
4 years now.
Took him 4 years to figure out how to break out.
Yeah,
they're not so smart.
No.
Dan, could you imagine if you and I are in prison? It takes us 4 years to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah, we're not so smart.
So anyway, Lummy. So wow. I won't mess with nothing, okay? I promise.
Okay, just letting you know that's why it's sitting there. I didn't.
Those little mother effers. Lummy, do you think it's time to get rid of them?
No, they love it here.
But I mean, they're being destructive. Everything we got's destructive.
Oh,
Scout,
they're not.
Scout, the wiener dog's destructive. The only person that's trained around here is my girlfriend and my dog.
They're not breaking anything. They didn't break the
They're
fence.
not breaking anything. I mean, they're gonna eventually get out and then start chewing on stuff. What if they chew on an electrical cord?
Oh, they won't get out now. And they got that grass coming in. They're doing their job back there, keeping that grass low.
Yeah,
they're doing great.
All right.
The fence will be fine.
All right. Are you going to work with Wolf to come up with a probably less than jerry rigged looking?
Yes,
like
that's that's why I put that metal for there.
I don't
now.
want it to be like jerry rigged Willie.
No, it's going to be nice.
So anyway, Dan, you're getting out. So you're getting out of your car, and the wiener dog does he start nipping at you?
It wasn't really nipping at me, but he was like verbally assaulting me.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
triggered. But we were worried.
He came back. He went to the back, and then once he saw you, the slick Italian. He knows with the fancy car. He Army Rangered it back under the gate like he does. He's a little wiener dog. He Army Rangers under this gap that only a little wiener dog can Army Ranger.
Right, a wiener dog or maybe like a mouse.
Yeah, he wiener dogs right on through that, and he comes up and starts barking at you. The gate's open. You're afraid that he's going to go out into the road. Right?
And Anna and I kind of corral him towards the door.
Right.
I open up the door and then
where's Red in the back getting high?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
Inside talking to you.
Oh, that's right. He forgot. Last time Rhett thought she was secure back with Bella. Right. You didn't think that she would trigger herself into wanting to confront your two other employees head on. She's the welcoming.
Yeah, well,
dog.
what if she welcomed me at the gate in my car, and I was afraid that that she was gonna. She was coming to my door out of the gate, and there was a car coming, and I started freaking out and screaming at her.
All right, well, we can put a remedy to that. But Rhett, so we were talking about crate training, and crate training does work. Like for instance, Bella's crate is called her office. And I got her so trained, like she can be doing something naughty, Dan, and I literally just say, get in your office. Right out. Go get in your office. And she'll go get in there, even when the door's open, and not come out until I tell her it's okay.
See, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Like I'll go, office, and she'll run right. I'm going to actually videotape myself this weekend and post how well I have my dog trained.
Does she whimper and stuff?
And it was a feral part pit bull that got given back 2 or 3 times because she was so incorrigible, right?
My dog was a double turn-in. Next time my dog got turned in, it was going to get euthanized.
Yep.
Even the no-kill shelters, if you've adopted out a dog 2 times, if it gets returned for the 3rd time, they euthanize it. They feel
make kill exceptions?
They do have exceptions because they feel the dog is just not going to cannot deal with people.
Can't socialize.
So I took that dog that was on its last strike and made it in. I mean, it's disciplined. I mean, it has a little bit of it when it sees strangers for the first time. It gets a little excited.
All
and
dogs.
She kind of jumps a little bit, but I got her down. And
she's very well behaved.
She's so well behaved. I can literally
I was
say.
honestly shocked.
I can say office.
And so was she.
Office. And she'll literally go to her office. So anyway, Rhett, here's what I'm thinking. But that took a lot of training. And takes a lot of time. And Rhett, I don't know if you have that much time.
He doesn't have a merch crate to,
Yeah, I got
I got a slave.
I got a human slave that helped me train.
But the crate
mine.
training is perfect for when you're not available all the time. That's the whole point of it, because you can not be there. The dog's in the crate and not panicking. They're happy because the crate becomes their home.
They do.
They
Becomes
a happy place.
Eventually, it becomes like their den.
Right.
But it takes a while to get them there.
It does take a while. It does take some time. And the problem with that is that I also have a roommate.
So
I can't just leave her home.
I want you to please not be mad at me. I'm going to give you some very worldly
sage advice.
I'm going to give you some friendly, not trying to be your boss advice, because as being your boss, as I love the dog, and if we can control her a little bit more on the peeing and the pooping, and we put the little ramp back there so she can't escape, and we know she's back there with Bella, I have no problems with her. She's a great little dog. I love her. She loves me. But maybe you get too high to raise a dog. I mean,
wow.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad at me, buddy.
I mean, it's just not a true statement.
But I mean, no, I mean, we don't know that it's not a true statement. Let me walk.
I feel like we're in an intervention.
Let me walk you through the process, okay, buddy? And please know that this is very much under the guise of friendship, not bossship. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. listen, when you get high a lot, sometimes, you forget things, or time kind of gets by you,
or you fall
or
asleep.
you're not necessarily as sharp as you could be and have your situational awareness, at full attention. You're a little, you're feeling good, you're dialed in. Taking care of a dog and knowing, to have it on a strict, let's go outside and TT schedule, having it on a crate schedule, blah, blah. Maybe you need to, and again, I beg of you not to be mad at me for this, okay? But maybe you need to be a co-owner with your mom, and
shared custody.
Yeah, like shared custody.
So you're telling me he's a bad dog dad?
No, I'm not saying he's a bad dog dad.
He's a busy dog
He just
dad.
might not be wired to be. He might not right now, in his part of his life right now. He may not be at the stage where he has the time or ability to train a dog. Usually, to train a dog, you need some help. You probably need a significant other. It helps. It sounds like your roommate doesn't help with Scout at all. And the only person that does help you with Scout is your mother. And so maybe responsibly, you should co-own it with your mom. Is that what you're thinking or not? And are you mad at me for bringing that up? And it's only a suggestion. It certainly is not a mandate.
No. I mean, I agree with a lot of the main points that you said. I agree that I don't really have the time because I have this job and then I kind of have two other jobs. So a lot of my afternoons, like a lot of my work I can do from home, but there's days where I have to go.
I never knew you had two other jobs. What other jobs you got?
I do Pinecrest. I do their social media.
Oh, okay.
I'm usually doing 15, 20 hours a week with them.
Okay.
And then I do the podcast, which at this point in the season is...
The Fire the Cannons deal?
Yeah.
Right.
It takes up a decent amount of time.
Sure. I knew, and I did know about both of those two. I thought maybe you were working for someone. I thought, maybe you were working.
No.
Who's Uber eating it?
Or maybe, managing a Target or something like Travis.
No.
I didn't know.
No, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it's tough for me to just leave her home because I have a roommate.
Right.
And it's not that he doesn't help or he's not open to helping, but it's not his problem, and I don't want to make it his problem.
Right, but
it's my dog.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
but your mom loves.
So you're so considerate that you don't want your roommate to deal with the problem, but you just don't care about here.
Well, when I'm told over and over again it's no issue at all, then yeah, I really don't care.
Yeah,
it wasn't much of an issue.
It's not an. So Dan walks in and the dog then pees
on me.
Oh, you got
on
peed,
my shoe.
Oh, you got peed on
a little bit.
The fine Italian leather got peed on.
Yeah.
Whoa, no,
it's not the first time I've been peed on, but probably won't be the last.
By a dog.
By a dog. I mean, you've been peed on by a dog.
Yeah, I've been peed on by a dog.
Okay, cool.
All kinds of animals.
Cats, women.
So let me put a feline then a woman in there, thinking that'll insulate the deal. All right. So listen, Rhett. I don't care. What I love Scout. I think that maybe perhaps I think you kind of know that maybe you're going to scale her BRN appearances down a little bit.
Yeah,
and
she's not doing 199s anymore for sure.
No,
because she hates those.
Because of the train horn and the loudness, and there's.
I thought eventually she'd get used to it.
No, here's the thing about Scout.
Here's
the thing about Scout. She only likes people that are supposed to be here, and she knows whether you're supposed to be here or not.
Just like me.
Just like who?
Just like me.
Yeah, and Dan. So anyway, I get ready to start the show, and Dan's flipping out about this wiener dog, and then he's like, "The pee's everywhere," and I'm like, "Dan, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I'm okay." So you were this morning full hot on this wiener dog deal, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't really as hot on the wiener dog. I literally was concerned for the dog's safety this morning because I literally thought the dog was going to run out there, and and unfortunately,
I was right there.
No, I understand,
Anna and I
I'm
were
sorry.
able to corral her.
Listen to this. Think about how traumatic. First of all, Anna already has problems with her mentals. You know that, right?
Yeah,
She's
I
just
don't
trying
want to
to
witness a dog being killed.
Anna just wants to. Oh, hold on. I'll even take it far darker, sister. Anna just wants to make it past December 11th and not get braked up with.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if she's pulling in responsibly? She hits the little number. She hits her little clicker. Click. She has a clicker, so she hits her clicker. The door, the gate opens. She pulls in. I think she usually parks in like the 4th or 5th space. It's the same one every time.
Yep.
Very ritual based. She does it the same. She's done it 10,000 type of boom. Then she backs right back. And she hits and kills Scout. And it's not her fault because last time we knew Scout was in the back, but at Army Ranger.
And it's a black dog. I mean, it's hard and little.
And Army Rangered itself underneath the deal. And then, oh my God, Rhett, you would be insoluble, and so would you, Anna.
I'd be in therapy.
Yeah, it'd be awful. I'd never be able to forgive myself. I'm sorry that it happened this morning. It definitely.
It's all right. I'm not mad.
I kind of thought that.
Why does it pee so much?
She does not.
She got a bladder
she
infection.
likes to pee, man.
She really gets excited. She is
really
one of those
likes
dogs.
to lay a goody trail down. She really does.
When she gets excited and sees someone, if she sees Anna or Erica, she likes females. She likes women. She pees when she sees women.
Well,
or
I'll tell you
Bubba.
this, man. She pees when she sees me.
Yeah.
Pees when she
Every
sees
time.
me.
Or Bubba.
Every
She's
time she
scared of
sees
you.
me, she pees.
No, she's scared of you, though.
Yeah, that's a scare pee.
There's a happy pee and a scare pee. How do you
Yes.
differentiate the two?
Well, only we know. I mean,
Yeah, you got to know.
You
the
don't have
dog.
that skill set yet.
I don't.
Dan.
Obviously I
All
don't.
peeing you've been involved in has always been probably scary peeing, or pleasurable peeing.
Happy pee.
Yeah, you're a happy peer.
Yeah.
Boy, that's all you don't know of a scared pee. You've
No.
never been part of a scared pee. Well,
No.
that
Boo.
poor little
I
thing.
peed.
That poor little thing sees your Italian skin and it just correlates it with Italian grease ball. And then it has another one of those that looks just like you that runs around, and she sensory overload. Poor little dog gets scared and it pees. It's scared of Italians.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's a thing.
I'm sure it is. There's other groups of people scared of Italians too, but we're not going to go into that.
So yesterday's podcast, me and Brian, go get it wherever you can. And I just talked to Dan during the last commercial stop. Said I'm going to get his holiday schedule, and I'm looking for when we are off. What December 15th, Lummy, is our last terrestrial show.
Yeah, that Friday,
Yes.
which is also Bubba 199, week from today.
Right.
Wow. So, Bubba, yeah, I came in with fear. Started off the morning with happiness as Anna opened the door, followed by fear and terror when I was afraid that the dog was going to run out and get hit, followed by a little frustration when the dog peed on me, but then anger set in when I actually sat down at my place.
So many emotions.
Well, because it smelled toothy. My microphone was just randomly thrown on the desk, which never happened in the last 3 years. You guys have been so good about taking care of my mic, but it was just thrown to the side like it was junk with my headphones, and that's irritating. I don't mind signing on to everything and everything like that, but I try to respect other people's stuff.
Well, what you should do is Well, no. See, you're not the last.
No, Jay's on after.
Yeah,
he can share my mic.
Yeah. Well, then you should probably tell Jay, "Hey, Jay, when you get done,
I'll take care of it." But he's here on Mondays and Tuesdays too, so I usually
it's
just
not a
leave
big
it.
deal over the weekend. It's just that Tuesday to Friday gap.
I'll
But
be
it's
better
just-
about
no.
doing it on Wednesday.
Listen, poor Anna. Listen, we'll get it handled. Okay,
It's not hard.
Dan's
It's just-
mad because his mic was mishandled, almost like like the Three Little Bears, like who's been messing with the porridge or something like that.
Well, How was it left though? Because we put even Bubba, because it's your property. We even put the replacement mic in his little case. So
Yes.
you would have to pull the mic out of the case.
It wasn't on the floor, just laying there like the way you described it. It was in a case.
No, it wasn't on a case.
No, it wasn't in
Bubba,
a case.
It wasn't in a case. It was just on the hard table. And again, I'm not trying to be a little bitch, but I do try to take care of this stuff. These are expensive mics. It was custom done. It took forever to get it done. It took a lot of work.
It's a $2,000 microphone, but with plating.
But Bubba,
Dan, seriously, with plating,
It's probably worth about $2K.
Yeah,
I think what Dr. Dan's trying to say is that
it's got $1,800 just in gold on the deal.
Babyface grabbed the other mic that he was using out of the case, knowing that we put the mic in the case, and instead of putting Dr. Dan's mic into the case,
He's just rolling around on the counter.
Lummy.
I'm just trying to say what Dr. Dan
Can
is.
you and Anna oversee that whole Dan's microphone deal?
Yeah.
So he just doesn't have this anxiety again.
No problem.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
He's ready. He's ready to kill.
He was.
And so, yeah. So, by the way, Dan, I had an unbelievable conversation with Jennifer. Is it no? Is it Jen or Jennifer?
She's Jennifer. Jen is the esthetician that moved to New York.
So, all right. So Jennifer, who is your your everything,
my right hand person,
and my brunch buddy.
I call her Naba, nice ass, bad attitude, because that describes her to a T.
Yes.
So I get a text from her, and she's like, "Hey, ass head," I'll just say poop head. Hey, poop head. I tried to call you last week, and you never returned my phone call. And with three, one black, one white, and one brown FU fingers. That's what she texts me. So I call her. I said, you didn't try to call me last week. You must have called me from an unrecognized number, because I would never not take your call. And then she sends the screenshot of her call to me. Indeed, she did try to call me, and I missed it, or I didn't see it. So proving, that she,
she made the attempt.
Stop with your excuses. Here's where I tried to call you. You blew me off. So I decided to call her. So she picks up and she goes, yeah, what do you want? I go, you know what? Can I ask you a question? I wanted to completely disarm her. Yeah. I go, have you ever died when you were in college or when you were younger and before you were married and all, and you were really hot? Did you ever dye your hair blonde, or have you ever just always had dark hair? And she goes, oh no, why would I go blonde? Dark. I'm like, your dark hair is so pretty. It is just so hot. She's like, you're such an ass kisser, and I'm supposed to call you because your stupid ass boyfriend said you needed something. And I go, how's my boyfriend today? And she goes, same, irritable prick. And I go, well,
who's this guy you're talking about?
And I'm like, oh, come on now, Nab, it can't be that bad. She's like, oh, he can't do anything himself. He just can't. I go, so then I add fuel to the fire. I mean, I said, you mean order his lunch or order his protein shake? Or I start throwing in the stuff I know you make her do. And she's like, exactly. Oh my God. I'm like, but we were just going back and forth. And so I'm like, well, listen, if you don't be nice to me, I'm going to tell my boyfriend to walk in tomorrow during when he walks into the plastic surgery center and just be a real dick and be mean to everybody. And she goes, you mean like every other day? Don't threaten me.
She's awesome.
I'm like, all right, whatever. Listen, can you do something? She's like, I'll check on what you need and get back to you. I go, okay, thanks. I love her.
She's awesome.
So she was like, I guess she's a little bit mad about the fact that she has to do everything for you. You're incapable of doing anything.
I'm capable of a lot. I like to delegate, though.
Does it make it?
Bubba, listen. You could do a lot of things yourself too,
merch.
but you have an army of people around you, a lot of which you pay a lot of money to help you with those things. And so that's I expect her and I appreciate her,
Dan,
to help me.
Dan, you're right. I do.
You have a slave, Bubba.
To run.
Dan doesn't have a slave.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I do have a slave. And she works for free, and she packs all the merchandise.
Yeah, slaves are free. You don't have to pay them. That's why they're so popular.
Dan, I might be worse than you. I mean, deep down, you might be just on the surface look worse and act worse than me, but deep down, I'm the one that's really, taking advantage.
Well, I don't think you're taking advantage. I think that, we all have our relationships and we all have our, systems in place. And you have a very capable system.
I have a very tight
with
system.
Really big breasts. And it works.
That listens.
That listens.
You know what? Maybe you guys are all jealous on the type of system I got.
I think that's what it is.
I think it is. I think you guys can hate all you want, but I'm not hating. Deep down, you wish you had the same system I had.
I mean, she's pretty. She's smart. She got big breasts. She could shoot someone if you need her to. I mean, and she can change a tire. I mean, she does everything. There's nothing she can't do except for lift lummy.
I literally can tell Merch Crick, hey, Merch Crick. And don't forget, she's hot too now.
Yeah, she's hot.
She's not some big Bulgarian bitch.
No, she's resourceful.
She's 108 pounds, okay?
Soaking wet.
With big jugs.
Yeah, and half that is booby weight.
And I take her to the gym 3 times a week, keep that ass looking like a grasshopper.
Right, exactly.
So,
pop.
But I could literally tell her right now, hey, listen, go get my truck and go load up that trailer and bring the tie wraps and she would know how to do that.
Yep.
She
Which
would
is amazing.
go up and load the trailer, have it all chained up, plugged up, ready to go. Boom. And then if you try to rob her, she'll shoot you and kill you.
She's awesome. I can't do any of that.
Yeah. I got the baddest bitch with the best program parameters around. Please. Let me ask you a question. How many more presidential
nonsense?
Is this the last one?
It was the last
'Cause it's
one.
It's like, come on, let it go, guys. You're all getting beat by 40 points by Donald Trump.
Yeah, no
What
one
you
watched
guys
it.
should be debating is which one of you two can position themselves to be the VP best.
Yeah.
That's what my ding. Hi, it's Bubba Clem, and this was supposed to be a presidential primate. I'm sorry, it's a primate, all right. It was supposed to be the Republican primary debate, but the guy that's going to win the nomination doesn't even show up to these things. So one of these numbknuckles here is going to probably, maybe if they're lucky, get his attention and maybe be his VP. So that's what we're here arguing about. Which one of you guys are most qualified to be his VP?
Let me tell you this, though. Vivek Ramaswamy is a showstopper. He thrives, like just decimates all of them, takes them all at the same time. He's good at what he does.
Do you know
boy.
why? He's smarter than them all.
I think so, too.
He's a smart feller.
Yeah.
But Chris Christie was not trying to be vice president. Tell you what.
This was Ron. A lot of people said it too, and I watched it. This was Ron DeSantis' best
all right,
presidential.
Well, we're a little bit late.
debate.
We're going to break down the Republican primate. The Republican, might as well call
You're
it.
right. You're right.
The Republican
primate debate.
The Republican primate debate. When every person that you see has no chance of winning.
Zero.
Like, it's not like, listen, here's the deal. And I'm not even Johnny MAGA. I'm not even trying to sit here and spew it. I can just look, I can look at the stats and give you my educated opinion. My non-educated, barely graduated 12th grade, but very streetwise opinion. And that not a one of these guys on the stage has a chance to win.
No.
Zero.
So if it was like maybe Trump was like 8 points ahead or 11 points ahead or maybe even 15, then you would say, okay, well, I could see where there could be a shift there all of a sudden with one of these 727 indictments they got. One of them sticks, makes him look like a bad guy. But you don't realize the more you make him look like the bad guy, the more of a martyr type deal he can roll on your deal, and he's just gaining momentum. So we're going to go and break down this Republican primary debate, but none of these people, none of them have a chance.
No.
It's
at least this time around.
Isn't it 40? Isn't it 40?
It's a lot.
It's like 42-point lead.
Yeah.
Something like that.
If he has the majority already, so if all of these candidates' supporters coalesce, they still wouldn't be able to beat Trump.
You guys, you know what? Donald would say, hey, listen, let me just, hi, I'm Donald Trump. I just decided to step in and say one word, please. Hi, audience. How you doing? Hello, Megyn Kelly. Whew, looking good. Look at her. Tremendous.
So
very
good.
much beautiful. Whew. Oh, anyway, listen, if you guys were to combine all of your support, Nikki, your supporters get with Ron. Ron, your supporters get with the Ashawami guy. And the Ashawama guy, your supporters get with the fat-ass Chris Christie. Take all of that, put it in a crock pot, and you still can't beat me, bitches.
Mm-mm.
You should be in here trying to see which one of you are going to be my vice president. And I'm telling, and what he should do is he should be like Dion when Dion said, "I'm bringing luggage," and it's Louis. He should say, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, I like Nikki Haley.
Mm-hmm.
I like her. I do. She's sharp. She's good. She's middle of the road. She's moderate. She's female. She's hot.
She hasn't dogged him.
A little bit.
Not much.
She hasn't dogged him. She hasn't dogged him enough that he can't. Pence also dogged him too. They all dog each other. It's just a level of dogness. She can easily unwind that.
Well, she did dog him like about a year ago, and then when they asked all the candidates if they would vote for Donald Trump if he was the candidate, she was, I believe, one of the only ones that didn't raise her hand.
All right, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Me and Howard used to battle each other in Hartford. I end up working for him, and we're best buddies now. Like, things happen. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing Seth back.
Well, she was underneath in his
happen,
cabinet.
man.
She was in his cabinet.
Okay, then. Shut up.
Okay.
Donald Trump, this is not the Republican primary debate is nothing. It doesn't even mean nothing. We're here blowing smoke up each other's asses. None of us got a chance. We should be grasping onto a cabinet position or a vice presidency. That's what we should do.
It's like watching football tryouts with a bunch of high school kids that you know aren't going to make the team.
Now, so let me ask you a question before I go into words, just preliminarily.
What?
Preliminarily, those that were on stage last night.
I think it was 2 nights ago, but yeah.
2 nights ago. Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Ashwami. I like to call him Ashwami.
I got you.
Ashwami, Chris Christie. Is that it?
That was it.
All right. So of those 4, if somebody put a gun to your head, Lummy, and said they were going to kill you and your entire family, and Walker would grow up, an orphan, unless you answer this question, who would you select for Donald Trump's vice president candidate out of those 4 people?
I want to say DeSantis. I know it would have Ashwami.
Ashwami.
Yep.
Dan, over to you.
The best answer for the country would be Ashwami, but the best answer for his political well-being aspirations would be Nikki Haley.
Thanks for breaking it down. Anna.
That's what I was going to ask, like what I would want or what would be his best chance to win?
Best chance to win. Dan,
best chance to win would be Nikki. I agree with exactly what Dan said. I think it'd be Vivek and Nikki Haley would be his best chance to win.
My vote, Nikki Haley. Mach, do you got to vote on this deal? And Rhett, if you're in between peas and poops, do you have a dog peas and poops? Do you have an answer for this?
No, I don't.
Perfect.
You know,
you really don't have an answer for this?
No, I'm kind of chipping away at something.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
CNN said that the little 2-minute tirade that Chris Christie went off on Trump about was the best political speech of all time, which is ridiculous because it's based on a gross misinterpretation.
How about you, Mach? You got any further? Are you just worried about supersetting that left side?
He's at the mic.
Swami.
You know, that seemed like a good idea at the time. Shut up! More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after these words.
He's fucking vicious, that Vivek guy. I like him. He's funny.
Is it on this? It's gotta be.
I don't know if the meal one was, but he basically was like, Chris Christie, why the fuck are you even here? He's like, you should just quit and go have a nice meal. It was pretty brutal.
That want to suddenly support us, we'll take it.
Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN. After you left the UN, you became a military contractor. You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time, and then gave foreign multinational speeches like Hillary Clinton is, and now you're a multi-millionaire. That math does not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt.
I know the elites in D.C., they don't care. They don't care that fentanyl's ravaging your community. They don't care that illegal aliens are ravaging our community and overwhelming our community. The commander-in-chief not only has a right, you have a responsibility to fight back against people. You can categorize them as foreign terrorist organizations, and we will identify just like we would anywhere. When I was in Iraq, the Al-Qaeda wasn't wearing a uniform. You'd see anyone walking down the street, they all had man dresses on. You didn't know if someone had a bomb, an IED attached, or not.
But look at where fentanyl came from. Let's go to the heart of the matter. It came from China. That's why we need to end all normal trade relations with China until they stop murdering Americans with fentanyl. But this is where Trump went wrong. Trump was good on trade, but that's all he was with China.
Delivered results. I think everybody's gone. Hello, everybody. It's Bubba. I'm on YouTube right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at my things here. Mitch the Mark's dad.
Greg and Amy. Love you guys. So glad you guys worked your shit out.
That video camera is cool. Never seen one like that.
We got we're really making this place look nice.
You really are upgrading. You put a lot of money into your own reinvestment.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, dude.
Ding ding. There's like a micro delay on it, but this is a FM. Yeah, like, you heard like you're in reverb.
Check 1, 2. Oh, it's right there.
It's pretty much right there, yeah.
It's like
I gotta hook it up to the compeller so it's real time.
Man, it's
but it works.
It's there. So
the $20 headset. Shit.
we need to put that link on our Amazon so we can just tell our fans to go to that Amazon wish list.
Good.
Yeah. Have those available. You know.
All right.
Okay. That smells really good, actually. Thank you.
Clevelander, yes. You hoodie. I like Christine Ohm. You may stay away from all that shit. Anth Kid, what's up? Good morning. So Rock gives a show. Full bitch.
Hey, Lummy.
Ruggish.
No.
Rob Green 3. Bouncer 157. Got cold.
Yeah. Thank God. Better hurry, Mom. Uh-oh. I don't know. He's yelling.
Lummy, what's wrong?
It's just this stupid fucking shit with Glenn.
They're like a bunch of sharks circling in the water, searching for blood or any sign of weakness, and are ready to strike. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, are you okay? Can you do a super beats with me?
Of course.
Because you walked in like mother F this, mother F that, and then, is everything okay with you and Lynn from Phoenix?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
And Jay's
You should, yeah, I got Jay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We all have a heartfelt reason, Lummy, to support our blood pressure. In fact, yours is pretty high right now, I assume.
Yes, it is.
In fact, you might want to take a handful of these super beat heart chews immediately.
Yes.
Actually, we're actually getting I got to get a hold of my friends at Human and get some more of them because we're running low on them. We really are. But we all have a reason to support our blood pressure. In fact, more than half of the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beets are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle in itself. 30,000 5-star reviews in counting. No pills to swallow, no ingredients to mix or prepare. It's plant-based. It's so easy to add to your routine. Support your heart health with Superbeat Heart Chews. Get a free 30-day supply of Superbeat Heart Chews and a big full bag size of what, Dan Diaco?
Turmeric.
There you go. Those chews are valued at $25, and it all starts and stops by going to BubbaLoveBeats.com. That's BubbaLovesBeats.com. Again, get this exclusive offer only at BubbaLovesBeats, BEETS.com. See, Lummy, we got through it. It's okay.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
So, Lummy, we always have, every time we do a Bubba 199 or anytime we do something that we have a lot of studio people and we have to have our headphones on in order to be on the air, then people that don't have, we only have a certain amount of headphones, and so realistically we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have like 6 microphone positions, and then we have these wireless headphones that we've had for ages. That are on their last leg.
They're beat.
Well, we have. Mach, can you explain the engineering of what we did? And I'm going to tell people they can go. Lummy, we need to add these FM headphones to our Amazon wish list.
Okay. Sure.
Anybody that's going to be a guest in the studio, like during a Bubba 199, or we need to order a couple pairs that we own here, like we could give to Jay and for guests and things like that.
We got a legal FM transmitter.
I need a gold pair.
Okay, so what do we have? We now have like an FM. Like, can you guys explain what we have going on here?
A legal FM transmitter. So it emits a signal that's strong enough to be heard from the parking lot. Like Macho Man was listening to whatever he put through it out by the gate, like the front gate.
Right.
And it came through no problem. But it's not going to be strong enough to be picked up, to where we would get in trouble for it.
Right. Like you're not going to pick it up, at 7-Eleven.
Correct.
Right. It's a one block radio station. Harry, there you go.
It sounds really good right now, right?
So is that what you have on?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have the old pairs? You got the new pairs?
No, I have. I whatever he has next to me, the Sennheiser.
Yeah, those are the
old ones.
Yeah, this whatever the signal is, it sounds pretty good though.
Well,
right now, I would love to hear what the new ones sound like.
I think you're probably getting. Is he getting a different signal though?
It's Diaco price.
Right. So anyway, Lummy, can we put on our Amazon wish list?
I'm doing it now.
These headphones that Macho Man recommends.
Yeah.
And how much are they, Macho Man? Like $29?
We got the $20 ones, but they had some cool ones, like construction looking ones for like $50. They probably sound better. The $20 ones kind of sound eh.
Well, then give them both. Give them both options.
As long as they receive FM. The 87.9 FM, we're good.
All right, but give them, Lummy, find those.
Yeah, I'm having Macho send me the link.
Mach, give the industrial, $50 ones, people the opportunity to buy those or the cheaper ones. But if you're if you're gearing up to be at BARP for Bubba 199, you have to be able to hear what we're doing, or it's really odd because you can't hear the music and you just hear people talking.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's real weird. Yeah. Yeah. So, Lummy, where do people find our Amazon wish list? Where do we have like where you can buy that pizza maker and all the things that we either penis pumps, all the things that we've talked about on the air. You can buy those things, but also you can buy, yourself some. Like if you were going to come and be part of Bubba 199 for BARP, you probably should pick up some of these headphones.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Now, where do people find this wish list at?
If you go to it's amazon.com/shop/the Bubba Army. We are waiting to get the new link up for Bubba Army HQ.
So if you could text that to me, and we'll put it up, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our TikTok, on our X. We'll put it up on all of our places where people can not only can you buy those FM headsets that you need when you're going to be in the studio, but you can also buy that penis pump. Lummy, we got the Presto pizza maker there.
Yes, we do.
I mean, please, there's a lot of great things you can buy, and we get they give us like a I don't know, a quarter.
Yeah, a little sliver.
We get like 50 cents on each purchase. I think we're up to like $5 now or something like that.
We need more.
But so buy if you happen to find yourself buying. needing some of the first of all, go check out our wish list, and if you need some of the stuff, buy it. Well, I mean, I think we also have an aspect of where you could send us stuff too, do we not?
Yes, we
Is
do.
that within that same wish list?
No, it is currently not, but we're adding it. It's just Amazon takes a little bit of time to get things uploaded.
You know, Lummy, I think you should just, you know what you are? You're a professional excuser.
Yes, I am. I make excuses for the I make excuses for the billion-dollar companies.
All I do is just ask you questions, and then you come up with the answers. The bottom line, the simple answer to my is no. But then you always have like some kind of flim-flammy, bull-crappy, yippee-yo, the guys in the steam room are in on it. Like, I mean, like, okay, I don't know what I even just said, but...
It's going to be there soon. We're just waiting on Amazon.
Okay.
I make good excuses for the big companies.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon, Microsoft, all the same.
So let me just get me that link when you can.
Will do.
Looks like that link is just a suggestive to things to buy link. It doesn't. It's not the link of things that we need, because we have like toilet paper and cleaner and stuff like that. We ask our lovely fans to provide for us, and they usually do.
Well, I mean, they could do it too. Where we're doing it, where they buy it off of there and then they just send it to us. So we're actually kind of getting, when they buy it off of our site, we maybe get 35-40 cents out of it.
Is there like an option to send it to us? Well, we don't need a Presto pizza maker.
No, but if like toilet paper, we have that stuff on there.
Okay, all right.
I have products that the BRN uses.
All right.
Toilet paper, paper towels.
Okay, so there's an option for where they can buy those and send them to us?
Correct.
Perfect. Can I get that link?
Yeah.
So we can put it up on everywhere, please?
No problem.
Thank you. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Your brother was flipping out a little bit this morning over a dog peed on his fine Italian.
I heard the story, and I think Scout probably mistaken him for me because she hates me.
She hates you worse.
Yeah, but the part about almost getting run over is frightening.
Oh my God, yes, it would
Nothing
kill.
worse
It would
than
just
that. That
kill
would be-
everybody.
Everyone would be broken.
We'd have to take the day off.
Mostly Scout would be broken.
Rhett, you'd lose. Like Rhett, you might be inconsolable. Like you might just like, oh my God. Phew.
I think we all would be, but you know, as much as I hate to say this, I can kind of relate to what Rhett's going through because my dog is a real pain in the ass.
And you know what? And I bet you wish you could give that dog back right now.
No, I don't. I love him to death, but I can't leave the house without putting him in the... It's the only dog I've ever had that won't go in a cage. He will not go in the cage. And so my wife and I are literally a series of who's tagging in, who's tagging out. And so he's been at my office way more than any animal I've ever had in my
Hold
life.
on, you're bringing dogs to the legal beagle now?
I may for half an hour before a lunch or an hour or so because I have no other option. It's either that or come home to a cage full of crap.
That dog's running the show over there.
Wait till you see him, though. He's unbelievable. He's so beautiful.
I
What a
know, but
good
man,
dog.
these early stages of breaking them are just so... It's like,
hard,
it's like
isn't
a
it?
baby.
Well, you know, the thing is my son's taking psychology right now, and he's like, you know, he's classic conditioned mom. And that's exactly what he's done. He has untrained himself by exploiting the weaknesses with my daughter and my wife because they love him so much, and so he just gets his way. He's really, really smart.
So he knows he's manipulative. He knows, listen, with these two chicks here, I get anything I want if I just do like a little sad face.
Yeah, he's been in doggy boot camp.
Eyes
He
of an
came
angel.
back super trained, and then within a month, he untrained himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, Scout, I get you, Rhett.
So these are the high spots from the presidential, the fourth Republican presidential debate last night. Now, supposedly these are the high spots. Did anybody watch it in its entirety?
No.
I watched, I'd say, like 60% of it.
Did they show my girl Megan at all?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, God.
She looked really good.
I watched a lot of the Pote debate analysis, and I thought it was really interesting. So
I'm so into her.
She looks great. She's my exact age.
Well,
she looks amazing.
She does.
So that's what we need for this country.
Now, let me. Is this like a high spot? Like, supposedly.
It's the highlight reel.
Here we go.
I have delivered results. That's what we need for this country. And you have other candidates up here like Nikki Haley. She caves anytime the left comes after her, anytime the media comes after her. I did a bill in Florida to stop the gender mutilation of minors. It's child abuse and it's wrong. She opposes that bill. That is the truth.
I
we
never
have it, we
said
have it
that.
on video.
I said
We have that on video. Sounds like me. Hold on.
Everything's
I
on
got
video.
that on video, brother. He should have just said brother on the deal. Anytime you got something on video, if you put brother into it, then it just kind of like, it makes it funny, right? You're like, I got that on video. Brother. Like, wouldn't that be so funny, huh?
The best.
From now on, Lummy, anytime you're proclaiming to have something on video, you got to end it with brother, okay?
Sounds good.
Lummy, do you got that on, what, Lummy, what do you got proof of what you're saying, Lummy?
I got that on video, brother.
I said.
Here's the thing,
that
Bubba.
if you
they all dressed her down. She was really surging a little bit, and what she looked like is she didn't have anything to say when Chris Christie stood up for her, and when DeSantis confronted her, and when Ramaswamy destroyed her, and she just looked not presidential. And so when you look at this, watch the way she handles it when he's lighting her up. It's not what you want from your.
Have it on video.
I said that if you have.
He just would have said brother. We got it on video. Brother.
To be 18 to get a tattoo.
I mean, let's just be honest. That Jay, I don't know of a higher civil award ever given in Pinellas County more than $141 million. I've never known a higher amount to come through the Sixth Circuit. We could probably do some research on that.
Maya's case just came back with 220, but I don't think there's anything else that big.
18 to get a tattoo. You should have to be 18 to have anything done to change your gender.
You said the law should stay out of it.
I think the North Star here is transgenderism is a mental health disorder. We don't let you smoke a cigarette by the age of 18. We don't let you have an addictive drink of alcohol by the age of 21. We can do the same thing when it comes to banning genital mutilation.
Look, we will take support from anybody we can take support from, but I have been a conservative fighter all my life. I was a Tea Party candidate when I became governor. We opposed every single corporate bailout.
I think Trump should get Assawamy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's a strong ass ticket because he's a ball buster too.
He's a big ball buster.
Yeah, I think Assawamy. Dan, didn't you and Honest both say that?
No, I think it'd be. I think it would be a good choice.
Would it be too much? Would it be too much?
You guys said Nikki Haley. Only me and Macho said
Listen to me. We're allowed
No,
to
personally, we wanted Swami.
Mommy, this is the Bubba the Love Sponge show. We are allowed to flip-flop applesauce all we want. We're not a credible news source, bitch.
Yeah.
We can change our mind 14 times.
And check the video, brother, because we both said
the only bad thing, Dan, you didn't have a
pause.
A little bit more of a pause on that deal for effect. Thank you for using it moving forward. Thank you.
But we both said that we thought that for his potential win, Nikki Haley would be better. But we both said for the country, Ramaswamy, Rami would be better.
Assawamy is the clear choice here.
Yeah, he's the smartest guy on the stage.
We possibly could. When it comes to these corporate people that want to suddenly support us, we'll take it.
Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN.
I just like this guy's swagger.
No doubt.
I like it.
He's so good at debate. He's been debating since he was like 12.
I'm gonna vote for this dude, man. I even like him maybe more than Trump.
He'll do well in spelling bees.
After you left the UN, you became a military contractor. You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time, and then gave foreign multinational speeches like Hillary Clinton is, and now you're a multimillionaire. That math does.
You were broke when you started in the House, and now you're a multimillionaire. That math don't add up. Listen.
Not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt.
I know the elites in D.C., they don't care. They don't care that fentanyl's ravaging your community. They don't care that illegal aliens are ravaging our community and overwhelming our community. The commander-in-chief not only has a right, you have a responsibility to fight back against these people. You're going to categorize them as foreign terrorist organizations, and we will identify, just like we would anywhere. When I was in Iraq, the Al-Qaeda wasn't wearing a uniform. You'd see anyone walking down the street, they all had man dresses on. You didn't know if someone had a bomb, an IED attached, or not.
But look at where fentanyl came from.
Did Chris Christie get to say anything, or is he just dreaming about that new Big Mac?
Nikki Haley.
Go to the heart of the matter. It came from China. That's why we need.
Where was this held at? What city?
I don't know.
I mean, somebody has to know where.
Yeah.
Hey Alexa, where was the Republican primary debate held last night?
I would think.
Is it Georgia?
Come on, Alexa, that's a pretty strong. Like you should know that.
2 nights.
Alabama slammer.
Man.
To end all normal trade relations with China until they stop murdering Americans with fentanyl. But this is where Trump went wrong.
She seems like she's got about 2 or 3 extra teeth. I'm just saying. If I was Ashawami, I'd say, Nikki, I just for those scoring at home, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and want to know, do you have like 42 teeth? Dan, what's the standard? 36? 32. Do you have like 36 teeth? Because it looks like you got like I don't know, almost like a shark, like a double row going on there.
Trump was.
I mean, the room would pop, would it not? Because she's very toothy, is she not?
Good on trade. But that's all he was with China.
I can't get through your teeth, honey.
Because here he allowed fentanyl to continue to come over. He continued to allow them to he would give them technology that would build up their military and hurt us. He allowed the Chinese infiltration for them to buy up farmland, to put money in our universities, and to continue to do things that were harmful for America.
I want everybody at home to know that I was the first person to say we need a reasonable peace deal in Ukraine. Now a lot of the neocons are quietly coming along to that position, with the exceptions.
Where's this guy from? Where's he live?
Ohio. He's from Ohio.
All right.
Of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden.
So is he a congressman from Ohio?
No, he's just a businessman.
He's a billionaire,
entrepreneur.
pharmaceutical guy.
Nice. Nice. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but he should fix his hair and
Neither
his
of them
teeth,
could
too.
even state
He
for
looks
you.
great. He's
Dan,
fine.
I like him.
Dan, stop. Dan, just because a man happens to be pulling off a decent look doesn't mean you have to instantaneously try to, like, compete with him.
I'm just saying we're talking
Everything's a
about teeth.
competition
You're talking
with you.
about Haley's teeth. Let's talk about his
Yeah,
underbite.
but what's wrong with his hair? You're making fun of his hair and his teeth.
Look at him from behind.
3 provinces
Like you're perfect, Dan.
No.
in eastern
Help me out here, Jay.
Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for.
I'd like to see your Guido ass up there, Dan.
I'd own that stage. Oh my God! All be my bitches.
I would love to be on that debate stage.
Be my bitches.
You would get thrown out. They like me, Mr. Diaco. You have gone too. You've melted down, Mr. Diaco.
No, I'd wipe my ass with Ramaswamy and feed him to Chris Christie.
Okay.
Smart accomplishment.
Hold on, let's.
He like tries to stand up for Haley.
Hold on. Let's watch Chris Christie
Bad
try to
look
be
for
the
both
badge
of
of
them.
badge
I think
badge
he's
of
smarter
honor.
than you, Dan.
For you. 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our
Watch
troops
this.
to actually fight for.
This is a smart
He was saying name them, and she sat there. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's the whole thing. Is he
That's all
asked
you
her?
Continue on. Go on. Why now?
That was all I was going to say. Is he was lighting her up on Ukraine because she's a neocon. She wants, she likes wars, and so he says, name 3 provinces in Ukraine. You can't, and she sits there like a wallflower with her eyes as lit up like a deer. It's unbelievable.
Belong to that position, with the exceptions of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden. Neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for.
This is a smart, accomplished woman. You should stop insulting
So
her.
I'm going to take, Chris, your version of foreign policy experience.
That's your only chance there, Porky, is to stick up for the chick.
Experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. After the 3rd debate, when I criticized Ronna McDaniel after 5 failed years of leadership of this party, and criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings as a military contractor, she said that I have a woman problem. Nikki, I don't have a woman.
See, can you imagine Dan explain how much of a woman problem he doesn't have?
Yeah.
You see, I got a woman problem. Hell's to the no, I ain't got no woman problem. It's 32,000 women around Tampa running around with a nice set of Diacos. You think I got a woman problem?
Nope.
No.
Problem. You have a corruption problem, and I think that that's what people need to know.
This is so silly.
Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die.
Governor Haley, would you like to respond? No. It's not worth my time to respond to him.
You seem to be saying Donald Trump is no
Where's my girl Megan?
longer mentally fit to be president. Is that what you think?
The idea that we're going to put someone up there that's almost 80 and there's going to be no effects from that, we all know that that's not true.
You're not answering
You
it.
just
Is he
don't
fit?
like. You
Is he
have your
fit?
you have
No.
your thing.
Is he
You
fit or
have your
isn't he?
thing.
They're afraid to offend.
None of you guys are even going to have a chance of winning. So what are we doing up here arguing about a bunch of nonsense? You all should have your knee pads on, giving Donald Trump whatever type of oral he would like in order for you to be his VP candidate. Every one of you. First of all, Chris Christie, that ain't going to happen with you.
Nope.
You're not going to be it. Like, you might as well just take yourself right out.
He's got like 2%, right? Doesn't he have like 2%?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about VP possibilities.
Oh, no. He shot himself in the foot for that.
He's done.
Right.
So then look at the 3 that are left. You look at the 3 that are left, and you can't go with DeSantis because they've been throwing jabs at each other. Like, there's no way he would pick DeSantis. No way.
Not right now.
So now you got Aswamy and you got Nikki Haley.
And Nikki Haley looked weak in this debate.
She does.
She looked weak and corrupt.
And
Ramaswamy just
Aswamy looks like a rock star.
Oh, yeah. He's
Aswamy,
so good at debate.
Aswamy is the Trump of this of these 4 people.
Yep. Correct.
And
He's more Trump-like than
he's
the of the other 3 here.
And he's
See,
like Trump, too.
If you're afraid to offend Donald Trump, then what are you going to do when you sit across from President Xi, you sit across from the Ayatollah, you sit across from Putin?
And I sent you a clip too where Ramaswamy calls him out for
being fat.
No, I have that one too. But licking Donald Trump's boots.
I need
using
the
them.
fat one.
Well, I got that one. Yeah, I'll send it. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. Why would you withhold the fatness?
Because you were just talking about Trump and Ramaswamy.
Is all
calls him
three
out.
of them have been licking Donald Trump's boots for years with all three of my other colleagues on this debate stage. Is all three of them have been licking Donald Trump's boots for years for money and endorsements. Ron DeSantis, you've been a great governor, but you would have never been one without actually begging Donald Trump for that endorsement.
Damn.
That's true. That's true.
Damn. Hold on.
He dragged him over the finish line in 2018.
This feels like the Bubba roast that's coming up in the 22nd.
Same thing for Nikki Haley. Same thing with
Dan. Are you going to be Swami of the Bubba Army roast?
I will be. I'll be Dana Swami.
Chris Christie as a lobbyist begging them for COVID money for his special interests in New Jersey, prepping him for the debates last time around. These people are now Monday morning quarterbacking some decision he made. I think the real enemy is not Donald Trump. It's not even Joe Biden. It is the deep state that at least Donald Trump attempted to take on. And if you want somebody who's going to speak...
He's right. It's the weaponization of government. It's the deep state that we've become. That's who the enemy is. Now, who can get us through that or not, I don't know.
Truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11. That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech. That the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that they knew was false. There's a reason why I'm the only person on the stage who can say these things. That's what it's going to take, not people who are licking his boots one time and now Monday morning quarterbacking him and criticizing him when it's convenient.
Yeah, he's out.
That's great. He's so good.
God,
I sent you where he tells Chris Christie to get off the stage and
quit.
have a nice dinner.
Have a meal.
Go have a meal.
I think we just learned something from Chris Christie. We learned three things. We learned three things right there. First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York.
Yeah.
So do everybody a favor. Just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race. Excuse me, Chris, I'm speaking, and I'm not done yet. You had your chance, and we're going to be done. So listen up to this.
Dan, I got to say, man, you're very. I mean, I don't think you should join forces with Aswami. You two would be unstoppable.
Yeah, I like him. I like his.
Dan looks like his big brother.
He's good.
Yeah, we look related.
He could be your younger brother.
No doubt. He looks like our baby brother.
He could be younger. If Arlene
like
had one more
50.
kid.
He's our billionaire baby brother.
If
Wouldn't that be
Arlene,
nice, Dan?
if Arlene went to Ohio one summer and saw her aunt and hooked up with her Swami's dad, and Arlene had a special love child in Ohio that you didn't know about, Dan, could have been Aswami.
Right.
These people want to send your sons and daughters to go die in Ukraine. They've been arguing for it for a year. $200 billion of our taxpayer money sent over. Neither of them could even name for you the provinces that they actually want to protect. And this is the people who have been touting their so-called foreign policy experience. It is intellectual fraud. These people are lying to you, the same people who told you about weapons and mass destruction in Iraq. To justify that invasion, didn't know the first thing about it, yet they sent thousands of our sons and daughters to go die. The same people who told you the same in Afghanistan, where the Taliban is still in charge 20 years later. $7 trillion of our national debt due to these toxic neocons. You can put lipstick on a Dick Cheney, it is still a fascist neocon.
Oh my goodness. I love this guy. I love him.
I see that today.
Thank you, Mr.
He called her
Ramaswamy.
Dick Cheney with
Thank you,
lipstick.
Mr.
Yeah, he said put lipstick on Dick Cheney. Still, oh my God, hold
That
on.
was unbelievable.
We didn't see that
line.
again.
Hold on, man. This guy's the pimp.
He's on
Stand
fire.
by. Hold on.
Neocons. You can put lipstick on a Dick Cheney, it is still a fascist neocon.
Thank
and
you,
you gotta
Mr.
see that
Ramaswamy.
today.
Thank you, Mr.
It's Dick Cheney
Ramaswamy.
all over again in this party.
Thank you, Mr. Ramaswamy.
Wow.
I mean, he went in there like a wrecking ball.
He lit them all up.
He went in there like a wrecking ball. Lummy, thank you. Remember a couple of days ago we were talking about the first board that I learned on?
Oh wow.
And this is the
Is that
infamous.
from NASA?
This is the infamous RCA, what they called sometimes the RCA 10 pot. And this was my first board that I used at 103 PFR. This is the board that I learned how to be on the radio on right here.
That's awesome.
That's crazy looking.
Yeah, look at that. You had to flip here. These were mics, and then like that would be record player 1, record player 2, and then that would be like reel to reel, and then that would be like maybe if you could have phone calls live on the air. That's
For
how
real.
Yeah.
8 channels?
Yeah, that's it.
And then
wow.
So would the VU meter just go to each one? How would you get the VU meter to measure what you're doing?
These are all twist on off. So like like it's 0 there, but it would be like 5 there and then wide open there. So you would adjust them where you needed it to be, and you would always ride that far left microphone as you were talking. If you were talking over the records, so you'd be riding this one over here. You'd have like your hand would be conditioned to be like a wiki.
Really?
But don't you have a separate meter for every slider now?
Not there.
No. You only have a meter that determines everything. Like I only have 4 meters. My board has 20. I don't know how many pots I got.
20. And you only got 4 meters?
I only have 4 meters.
Oh, I thought you had like one for every slider.
No, that would be no.
Visually overload.
That's more for music studio.
Yeah, that's more from a music studio. Radio kind of throws everything together, then you mix it. You mix it like a crock pot kind of deal. But anyway, Lummy, this is the infamous RCA 10 pot.
That's nice.
That's the board that I learned on.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How big is that?
About the size of my board now, but about the size of what I'm working with right now. When we come back, Lummy, they're saying now. I mean, we went to the Republican. Let's be even, balanced, not fair. Even, balanced, and not fair. That's the station I want to listen to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Hunter Biden, is he really facing 17 years in prison?
He's facing.
I mean, is this
11 months. He's facing 11 months of news stories followed by a pardon. That's what he's facing.
So now, but hold on. That means they got to get him. That means they got to get him charged. Like they want to probably expedite his whole process so that this all happens and he's charged, signed, sealed, and delivered, found guilty while his dad's still the president. Because other than that, he's screwed, right?
Well, here's the problem. In a perfect world, Biden, in a perfect world, Biden would get elected the second time, and then after the election and before his inauguration, pardon Hunter.
But that's not going to happen.
But here's what could happen.
So do they, hold on. Do they fast track this? Jay, do they have the ability to fast track this?
No.
Or it's just going to run its course the way the legal process does?
They'll draw this one out. They're trying to fast track the Trump cases. They'll draw this one out till after the election. And like Dan said, if Biden loses, he can pardon him the last day, like everyone does, and he would. Just like Trump will pardon himself if he's elected day one.
What I'm saying though is they have to get this thing done by at least Joe Biden's last day. They got to get the.
They don't have to get it done. You're wrong.
They tried to get it done with an agreement that was rejected, 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago?
But so it wasn't this big.
So the president can even pardon a case that's in pending litigation?
Correct.
Meaning you don't have to have a sentence or any type of verdict. You can just say, I pardon that whole process.
This activity, this action, yes. The events on day.
So the president can say, listen, you know what? The bottom line is, I know he hasn't been sentenced. I know that the trial is in 2 weeks, but I'm pardoning Hunter Biden, and that case now goes bye-bye?
Yep.
You know what could have happened? Trump on January 7th. Trump on January 7th could have pardoned all the January 6th protesters.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
He could have done that, and then no one would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah, but it would have made him even look more.
Oh, wait, lose worse?
He would have had another. Hold on. He would have had another 400 indictments against him.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Pile on the anti-Bubba bandwagon.
Whatever.
More Bubba the Love Sponge after this.
They don't have the Senate.
Just like they didn't against Trump.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, he's impeachable.
Yeah,
they can vote it all he wants, but they don't get a Senate.
I sent you.
They could have him caught red-handed taking $1 million from a Chinese guy to change policy, and the Democrats would commit him.
Oh, okay.
He took it over.
Dan, I got a piece. I'll see you later.
Okay. See you, buddy. Hey, hold on a second.
You look like you got your varsity fucking college jacket on.
Am I supposed to sign this?
You gotta hurry, because I gotta piss, bitch. I gotta piss, Danny. Sorry.
Is Dan leaving or is he staying?
I don't know.
I didn't figure that one out there.
I think he's coming back. I don't know.
Those clips were, good, but they didn't let the effect marinate. Because some of the times when Ramaswamy lit her up, she just sat there looking dumb.
They were kind of rushing the pauses.
Yeah.
You know.
Some of Megyn Kelly's post-debate analysis was very interesting.
She's great, man.
But did you see Ramaswamy post-debate on CNN with Dana Bash? Oh my God.
Oh, I just was looking that
He
up.
lit her up. It was unbelievable. Because she kept saying that the Great Replacement theory was. Does it matter where I write it? Conspiracy theory.
I just wrote my name. Yeah,
Silver.
Yeah, or gold, whatever you want. Yeah, I just saw this right. Is this Dana Bash? Dasha Burns? Wait, who did you say? Who was it with?
Dana Bash. DanaBash. Dana Bash.
Oh, okay. I know someone else.
Because she was just so put off by the whole Great Replacement theory that, he just kept calling it a racist conspiracy theory. I wish he would just said, do you see my color?
Yeah, no, he says that a lot. He's so fucking good at what he does. Holy shit.
He really is.
Guess he went to Yale Law.
Are you out there? Yeah. You went to Yale Law?
I think so.
I didn't know he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
I have an MBA. I thought it was all.
It says fucking Yale Law School, 2013, Harvard.
Xavier High School. Went to Harvard and Yale. Wow.
Yale Law School.
And his wife is a doctor.
I knew that.
But no. Look at that. 7 and 13, 6 years later. So he worked and then went back to law school.
Like you. Just want to understand it. Vivek Ramaswamy. It is. When you see those kind of people, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Those kind of overachievers are who you want running with you.
Rovient Sciences, a pharmaceutical company. Born in Cincinnati to Indian parents, graduated from Harvard College with a bachelor's degree in biology and later earned a JD from Yale Law School.
Like he talks like he does.
Yeah.
You know that he's really breaking
But
things
he's
down.
also been doing like speech and debates since he was like 6.
I saw some of that stuff when he was younger.
I
think he's a really impressive figure. I like him.
Worked as an investment partner at a hedge fund before founding Rovient Sciences. He also co-founded an investment firm. Claiming that it is in the middle of a national identity crisis precipitated by what he calls new secular religions like COVIDism, climatism, and gender ideology. He's also a critic of environmental, social, and corporate governance initiatives, ESG. In August of 23, Forbes estimated Ramaswamy's net worth at more than $950 million.
Oh my God, it's almost a billionaire.
His wealth comes from biotech and financial businesses. I thought he was worth $400
Billionaire baby brother.
$950?
I was round up for him. I think you can call that.
This motherfucker don't play.
And he's 38, right?
38, just turned 38. That's insane.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the video of he and his wife doing burpees? Holy fuck, dude, he's so. And you see his wife jumping up so goddamn high. You would love it because you're.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, look it up real quick.
They're
doing burpees. Yeah, that was when like
She's a
it
doctor,
was the
too.
same. Yeah, it was the same week that Bobby Kennedy did like the push-ups. And so he's like, his is like, listen, look at this shot. Because Kennedy's push-ups like 10
and
push-ups.
wife
Yeah.
exercising. Is it this shit?
Yeah. Look at that. It's unbelievable.
What the?
Look.
Whoa!
I've never seen a presidential candidate do that
Debate
shit.
prep video.
Look how she's beating him. She's faster than him.
She's fucking.
Right? Look at that. And she's going to her. Look how high he's going, though. Isn't that incredible?
Oh my god.
That's like one of the things I hate doing exercising. Probably one of the things that would be the best for surfing. It's so hard.
Yeah, they're awful. Wow. Oh wow, her stance is different than his on the COVID vaccine.
Lummy.
Yes, Bubba.
We have a major emergency.
What's wrong?
Oh, I gotta go on the air with it. We got a major emergency.
What?
Major.
Ready to do something?
Jay, your brother is absolutely freaking out in the kitchen.
What's going on?
I'm gonna go to it right now. Here we go. Oh Lord, Lummy, I gotta break in for special programming. Hey, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I gotta break in for breaking news, hard-hitting news.
What's up?
Are you all right?
No, I'm
You're out of
not.
breath.
I'm
What's wrong?
You got me nervous.
Dumbass Dan. Spilled a protein shake all over the kitchen floor and into the box. Hold on, it gets worse, Lummy. You know the box that holds the trash bags.
Yeah.
And you know how hold on. You know how trash bags are rolled up tightly into like increments of like 200. Well, it fell right on top of that. So that means every garbage bag is now going to have protein shake on it. So I don't even know how to efficiently. He's out there trying to clean it up right now. He's going 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't know what's going on.
Video? Like a video on cleaning?
It's bad. Yeah, and he's cleaning. He's like, I usually don't clean, but I have to clean this, man. Code.
Does he know how to do it?
Bubba,
What, Lummy?
our guest is on the warm line.
Who's that?
Bill. We talked about it
Oh,
yesterday.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
no.
That's right. Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Stand by. Let me get him up. Bill. Hello, Bill. You there?
She's probably connected him.
I am, sir.
How are you, my friend?
Good. Thanks for having me back.
Is there anything? Is there any new development since I had you back on promotion, or are we still just doing what are we promoting right now? Because I want to get all that out and stuff like that before you know.
Killing the Witches has sold 250,000 copies in a little more than 2 months.
I mean, Bill,
So
can I ask
you? Phenomenon, a great Christmas gift, that kind of thing. And then BillO'Reilly.com is where we live.
That's where everything starts and stops, including buying that said book at BillO'Reilly.com.
Yeah.
Bill,
but Amazon, Barnes and Noble, they all have them.
Bill, is it no figures needed? But I feel like we're friends. Like, is it when you sell 250,000 books in a month? Is that pretty lucrative?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it.
Bill, I almost got you out of character there. I almost did. I really did. Well, Bill won't put it over though. Bill's stiff as hell, is he not?
Yeah.
He is. He's stiff. Bill, are you already working on your next book? I mean, you always probably. What's it called?
It's called Confronting the Presidents, No Spin Assessments from Washington to Biden. It comes out September 24 in time for the presidential campaign, and it evaluates every single president, whether they were good or bad for the country.
Now, Bill, I'm not a lot younger than you, but I'm a little bit younger. You're probably 2 presidents ahead of me as far as life. Like the first, I was born under LBJ. And can't start remembering presidents till like Nixon. So like my reference point of good or badness would be Nixon, and so like I'm going to give you my ranking, and you tell me how far off I am. I actually think most Americans are kind of confused about Ronald Reagan, and they think Ronald Reagan was like this really, really good president. And I think he was, but I think he was also really, really corrupt and didn't get caught on a bunch of stuff.
Wasn't he called the Teflon president?
And so a lot of people like, oh, Ronald Reagan, the 80s, it's the best. But I think if you really peel Ronald Reagan's onion back, that there's probably, the Oliver North stuff, the G. Gordon Liddy stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there that people just kind of give Seems like Reagan got a pass. us for a lot of things. And maybe Bill Clinton was a little bit better of a president than we thought we had at the time, and we didn't appreciate. And I tend to lean conservative. That's where I tend to lean. But that's kind of my synopsis of presidents during my lifestyle. Then if you throw Trump in there, that's probably the one dude that I think has maybe did the most, whether good or bad. That's how I got it broken down to.
Well, Reagan, I wrote Killing Reagan, in the beginning got pounded by the media. They hated him. And then he almost died after the assassination attempt. And then the sentiment kind of shifted. Now, Reagan was a good president because he was able to accomplish bringing the economy back from the brutal Carter years. And also he bankrupted the Soviet Union because they had guys like George Shultz around him, Schlesinger, guys like that, really knew how to deal with Moscow. He didn't micromanage, and that was the problem. So he allowed guys like Oliver North to do these campaigns that were exposed, arms, the Contra thing, and diverting money, and it wound up in Iran's hands and all of that stuff. So it's a mixed legacy for Reagan, but if you look at what he inherited from Carter,
it was a nightmare.
And how successful the economy, which is what most people care about, became, you'd have to put him in the good category.
Well, no, he's definitely in the good category.
Yeah, and Clinton was almost the same way in the sense that he inherited a bad economy from Bush the Elder, and that's why they booted Bush the Elder out, only in one term. And his stewardship restored prosperity, and I would say he was a good president in the sense that he was a technocrat. He knew what was happening, and he signed a tough welfare law. That get people off the dole and say, look, if we're going to give you money, you got to go out and look for a job. But the problem with Bill Clinton was that he divided the country, and he didn't have to do that. I know him fairly well, and that's the advantage that I have. I've talked to every president since Jimmy Carter. I had extensive conversations with all of them, with the exception of Biden. I have conversations with Biden.
He doesn't know you're there.
No one has conversations with Biden.
He doesn't even know who. He thinks he remembers you from back in the day, but he doesn't know that you're really there.
He doesn't know that Jill is really there.
You should say, "Hey, Mr. President, either one of us really know. I know you don't remember me. I know who you are, but I don't even know that you know who you are, Joe." So
yeah, there was a song by Dion the Wanderer. That's pretty much where his theme song wanders around.
Now, let me ask you a question. By the way, Bill O'Reilly on the phone. You can always go to BillO'Reilly.com. His latest book was based on the rich Salem witch trials, which is doing unbelievably well, and his next book is due out, I think, would you say last part of September, Bill?
Probably early September. We want to give everybody a chance to digest all this before they go to vote in November.
In today's got you world, Bill. In today's got you world, everybody's trying to get each other. Obviously the GOP is they're laser focused on Hunter Biden. The Democrats are laser focused on throwing 700 indictments on Trump. It's tit for tat. There is no more. I don't know. There's no more gentlemanly or decorum, because after Reagan's presidency, they probably could have brought him up on the Hill and caused all kinds of issues. After Clinton's presidency, they probably could have drug him up on the Hill. But I think back in the day, there was a certain amount of gentlemanlyship, or listen, we're not going to mess with the former president. Yes, he was shady and everything, and he did some stuff we could probably get him on, but he's the former president. Let's just
more respect for the office.
Let's just let him be. Not today, man. Today it's like, man, let's shove it up their ass, break it off, and try to make them look stupid. Am I correct in that or not?
Yeah, because it shifted from politics to ideology. So a guy like Al Gore in 2000, he could have, as Trump has done, he could have just on and on and on and on with the election. But he didn't do that. He just said, okay, the Supreme Court has ruled this way, so I'm going to pack it, and Bush, the younger, is going to be president. And that I admire Al Gore for doing that. Richard Nixon did the same thing. I mean, there's heavy evidence that JFK in Chicago and West Virginia, there was fraud in the election. But Nixon said, okay, yeah, I think there was too, but I'm not going to destroy the upcoming administration or the country, so I'll walk away. But now it's not about politics anymore. It's about ideology, the clash of cultures between traditional Americans and the progressive.
What do you think was the catalyst for that change from politics to ideology?
I probably started it. I mean, Ted Koppel blames me.
Thanks.
Because, and this is not hyperbole. I mean, this is the truth. When I came on in 1996 with the O'Reilly factor, in primetime television on the news side, there had never been anybody like me.
Mm-hmm.
Larry King was the reigning cable host, and Larry, he didn't know what day it was.
Well, yeah, Larry had a way. Larry, see,
or
you,
which wife he had.
Well, you had a
Yeah,
real.
I mean, Larry, hello.
You didn't know. You didn't know. He wasn't Larry married like eight or nine times.
I
Something
think at
like
least
that?
7.
I think it was 32 times.
I know, and he was so predictable on cardboard. It would be like Birmingham, Alabama, hello, like it was, and just like it was. And then
he didn't bring a lot.
And
he
then
got good guests.
But the guests
really didn't matter.
The guests didn't really have options back then.
Yeah, once I became successful and the Fox News Channel rose up with opinion in primetime, then everything changed. Because every night you go into a forum where everything was challenged, which is what we did. We just didn't challenge liberals and left-wingers. We challenged everybody.
For sure.
And so then the ideologues came out and said, this guy O'Reilly's doing too much damage to the left. And I wasn't that popular in conservative precincts either. I mean, I don't know whether you remember, but Rush Limbaugh used to call me Ted Baxter.
Right.
I mean, he didn't
which by the way, you couldn't ask for a better promotion than right? I mean, call you Ted Baxter all you want to your 600 affiliates. Just keep mentioning my name, buddy.
I mean, but the point was that we were able to get a message out on a daily basis to millions of Americans that there's stuff going wrong here. So, and that had never been done before on television, ever. So once that started, then instead of politics, because I am not a party guy, I'm a registered independent, I don't have any loyalty to either party, then the ideology started up. And that's what we see today. So that's why it's so brutal out there, because there is no rapprochement between the people who want to change the country and bring it into a socialistic, I say hedonistic, because they don't want any tradition. They don't
atheistic.
Want any kind of regulation about anything. These are the far left people. And then the traditional people who hate them, and vice versa. So that's what dominates now.
Bill O'Reilly on the phone, BillO'Reilly.com, one-stop shopping with everything Bill does, including his, he does, I think, God, how many, like 300 or 400 affiliates, Bill, you have for your daily thing? And
yeah, we have more than 300 affiliates now with our commentary, and a lot of them take the No Spin News audio at night. See, we do television 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday, and radio stations across the country, including our flagship WABC in New York, take the No Spin News, which is television, and they just run the audio on the radio. So it's a powerful, powerful tool now. We're very proud of what we developed here.
So now, and again, Bill, I apologize in advance for everybody asks you this question, and it probably pisses you off. So I apologize in advance. But like, if you had to cast your ballot right now for the president of the United States, who would it be?
Well, it would be Trump, because the damage the Biden administration is doing to the infrastructure of the country is colossal. Just the border alone. I mean, that is one of the worst things that a president of the United States has ever done to this country.
12,000 people in one day.
Top 3. And I'm standing there, I'm going, I don't care if Trump's obnoxious. I don't care if he lives in a fantasy world of the election was rigged. I don't care. He governed well for 4 years, and you can just tick off the sheet. Low inflation, high employment, no chaos overseas to speak of, destroyed ISIS, a lot of accomplishments. But they were masked by his personality, which he continues, to do. But if it's just a guy who can run the country at this point, in my opinion, Trump is probably the most effective.
Don't they think they should? Don't you think somebody that knows Donald should call you up and say, Bill, Donald's going to be here at this particular time. Can you come in and just give him the no-spin Bill O'Reilly? Settle down a little bit, and you got this thing.
He didn't. Look, I talked to him occasionally, so nobody has to do that. He knows how I feel.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Bill,
Bill,
have you ever told him, and again, you're no nonsense. You've told him, Donald, settle down a little bit.
I don't do it that way because that I respect the office of the presidency.
Sure.
When he wasn't president, I did it that way because I've known him for 30 years.
Right.
I go, what are you doing, you moron?
Do you find him to be funny sometimes?
Then.
Do you find him to be funny
but
sometimes?
Now that he's president, I don't tell him anything. I suggest this might be better for the country.
Right.
And, of course, my suggestions are rejected.
Did you watch the debates last night?
I was part of them.
That's
you
right.
Didn't watch. I know you have to go to bed at 7:30, Bubba. I understand that. You have to get up at what 2 in the morning.
2:15.
I was part of the debate. I do commentary for News Nation. After the debate was over, I came on and then gave my assessment.
And I apologize for not. By the way, I apologize for not knowing that. Well, I should have been better prepared.
If I were you, I wouldn't watch me either.
Well, no, I should have been better prepared because I got you, big time guest, who's a very good friend of mine, and I should have known that. So that's one I admit.
So DeSantis won the debate because he tapped into the border angst. And that is the most emotional issue for Republican voters, the border. And he was smart in the way he did it. He said, look, new sheriff in town, terrible cliche, he needs to get a new writer.
Right.
But if I'm elected president, I'm going to take on those cartels directly. That's the only solution to the problem. And he hit it. Now, unfortunately, he's out there, and he's not a great communicator. But if you listen to what he says and you look at his record in Florida, the guy could run the country, in my opinion. Nikki Haley comes off too much like Jeb Bush, all right?
Please clap.
A technocrat. So she's kind of there, and she's smart, and she could beat Biden probably easier than Trump or DeSantis could. But she doesn't have that passion.
She doesn't have that one little kicker that you need, that one little it kicker.
Yeah, it's more she's a traditional Paul, P-O-L, all right? So when you get somebody who's an avenger like Trump, that's his big thing. I'm going to wipe these guys out when I get back. And DeSantis is kind of the mini Trump. But Haley, she's just, well, I do a better job. Okay. So neither DeSantis nor Haley are going to overtake Trump. That's not going to happen. And, people go, Haley for vice president. That would be a smart move on Trump's part, but Trump does not like her.
Right.
So that's not going to happen.
How about
Vivek?
How about Aswamy? That's what I call him.
That's like heaven. You should have been up there, Bubba.
I like the guy. I kind of like the guy.
Wants to run for president. Put him up on the stage. Those two guys, Christie and Ramaswamy, have no chance. I don't even know what they were doing there. Why were they there?
Listen, I think I like Ramaswamy because he stirs it up a little bit, but Christie's a joke. Like he really genuinely needs to get the hell out of there.
Look, both of them are provocateurs, and I understand showbiz, okay? But they're not going to win anything.
Well, I mean,
why are they there?
And when's the last time, even in your lifetime, Bill, or let alone anybody's lifetime, that you had a debate of candidates and none of them had a chance to win? The person that was pacing 40 points ahead stayed home. I've never known it to happen ever.
Well, Trump is smart not to do it.
No, I think
Why
I'd
does
like
he want to go on a stage with Christie and have Christie attack him.
No, I agree. I think it makes him look more like a pimp, and it's like they're fighting for scraps. None of them have a chance. But I can't ever think of this. I can't ever think of this happening where the one that wins the nomination never participated in a debate. He just blew them all off. I love it.
Well, Biden's not going to debate.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way they're going to put him up on a stage.
But will they
happen.
Will they prop anybody up against him though, or is it just going to be a softball?
Well, they don't. The Democratic Party does not want Biden to run, but they don't have anybody to put in his stead. So that's why he's still there. Now, how bad will it get for Biden? I think it's going to get a lot worse because I think his brother and son did stuff that is going to come out, and they may well link it to Joe. And that, it's not going away, and he's not going to get any younger or more lucid. He's not. He's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
You would think that if you're the president of the United States, you would have the ability to get with Moderna or Purdue or somebody and come up with some kind of synthetic growth hormone that you can shoot into the guy every day and make him like he's on a little bit of Adderall or something like that and get him going a little bit.
Adderall in the world.
You need meth. Bill, a lot of people think that when we get closer to the election that there's going to be a switch and that Biden will be let go and they'll bring in Gavin Newsom last minute. Do you think that that's going to happen to run?
Well, I don't know about Newsom. I mean, he doesn't have any chance at all.
Okay.
I mean, if you saw the Hannity debate with him, he broke the record for evading questions that was held by Hillary.
Between him and Ron.
He said, "What color are your shoes?" And a guy goes, "Well, I gave 15 people a job." And what?
Okay.
Wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
Anything. Wouldn't acknowledge the stats. Wouldn't even acknowledge them. And people saw that. He's not.
No chance. Okay.
Look, if you understand, if Biden goes into the convention in the summer with not enough delegates, and I don't think he'll have them because there's no reason for Democrats to vote in any of the primaries because it's just him. There's nobody else up against him. Then the people at the convention, the delegates, can pick anyone they want.
And you think that's what might happen?
That could happen. Absolutely, it has happened many, many times in our history. And on any day, Biden could submit an LBJ type resignation letter.
Yeah,
it could happen at any time. It's just that they don't want Harris. The Democrats don't want her because she's a disaster.
Oh, she's horrible.
Nobody believes that Gavin Newsom could beat the Republicans. So they're hoping Michelle Obama emerges, but I see no sign of that because Michelle Obama could win.
Really? I thought that was just wishful thinking.
So hold on, Bill. For real, Michelle Obama could win. For real.
Absolutely.
Against Trump.
Very popular
against
woman.
anybody.
Wow.
And she said pretty decisively that she doesn't ever intend to run. I think that's because she's seen it firsthand from the inside and the outside.
Yeah,
and
but man,
she'd win it immediately, especially without any time to vet her. Like if it happened at the end of this primary season, do you think that would even make her chances better?
The skull and bones step in and start running the country at that point. They tell Michelle, "I don't care if you wanted to win or not, but you're running. You can't go against the skull and bones."
She's not going to campaign. There's
Right.
no way she'll ever campaign. She's not going to hoof it out all that. Not going to do that. But if there's no, if Biden resigns and she goes into the convention, they give her that nomination in a heartbeat.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier before I let you go, Bill, and that is, do you think would Biden, while he's still the president, whether he gets impeached or he resigns or he just runs his term out, but he loses, let's say in the election, you had that little sweet period of lame duckness. Does he pardon Hunter and unilaterally just pardon Hunter and we're over it? It's over?
Yeah, if he resigns, he'll pardon Hunter. Oh, absolutely.
And even if he loses, he pardons Hunter, right?
Yeah, he's got that lame duck window to do it. I would not be surprised if that happens.
Yeah, and so, but if Hunter, what if he? No, I guess if he does lose, then he has that little lame duckness window where he can make it go away.
Yeah, he can pardon anybody he wants.
Who was the one that pardoned? Wasn't it I forget one of them, like it was 1,000 people on their last day, like Clinton or somebody like that.
Obama did too.
What's Obama?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all do. Trump pardoned a bunch of people, and that's what they do. And on the way out, so yeah, Hunter Biden's not going to see any jail time, even though he was charged today with a whole bunch of more tax crimes. He's not going to prison.
Yeah, the headline said Hunter Biden faces 17 years in prison after spending millions on lavish.
Trump's not going either. Even if he gets convicted, he's not going to prison. And that's just, people, they gin this stuff up, so you go into the internet and read their stupid stuff. But those of us who understand how this country works, we know that neither man is going to go to prison.
Can I ask one
last question? Yes.
So sorry.
Because Bill, very busy man.
I know, and I appreciate his time.
And I'm glad he called in today. I'm so happy. I'm so glad, Bill, that I got you on a non-junket kind of deal where we could be ask a few more questions.
Sure, whatever. Yeah.
And thank you for doing that for us today, Bill.
Yes.
Anna, go ahead.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Earlier, you mentioned the shift between or from politics to ideology. Do you think that this is something that's linear? Can it be reversed, U-turned? Can the genie be put back in the bottle, or is this is just how it's going to be from now on?
Well, I don't know about any genie, but if the progressives get waxed next November,
okay,
which is possible, if they get wiped out, then the ideological war will lessen. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of momentum. Right now, the progressive movement has momentum because Biden is their guy. He does everything they want. But no Biden and no Congress, no control, the Democrats lose both houses, then you'll see them diminish quickly. And then
even with forces like George Soros and Larry Fink and stuff like that.
They'll always be there,
okay,
dumping money into the local races now. That's what Soros does. He tries to get these people that won't enforce the law into the DA's offices. You're not going to stop him and those other people.
Sure.
But they're not going to have the power of the presidency and of Congress if Americans do the right thing in November.
Gotcha.
Last question, Bill from Bubba. Have we ever been more of a corrupt country than we are right now? Ever?
Yeah, I mean, Warren Harding was ridiculous, and Native American stuff was off the chart insane. So we have been a corrupt nation in the past, but modern day 1920s pretty corrupt.
I mean,
Harding and the boys.
We're up there, aren't we? I mean, we're certainly
we're up there now.
This era is certainly up there with some of the big the prohibition stuff. Some of the really bad stuff that our country was associated with. We're up there. We're up there.
It's not a good scenario right now, and let's hope it reverses next year.
Hey, Bill, I love having you on, and thank you so much for taking out some time for us. And
I want you guys to have a Merry Christmas down there in Florida. Slap on that suntan lotion for Christmas. I mean, isn't that the tradition?
Yeah, but I know your game too, Bill. You're so rich. You probably got yourself a little bungalow down here, and so you say that because really you'll be down here with us. I know how you are, buddy.
I'll come down in January, but I'm hanging tough in the Northeast for Christmas.
But if I kind of right, you want to act like you don't, but you got your nice little place down here, buddy. Come on now.
No, I don't have a place, but I have dwellings that I can go to.
Right, exactly. Hey, good talking to you. You have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and I look forward to talking to you early next year sometime, just shooting the crap, okay, bud?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate it. Bye.
BillO'Reilly.com, one-stop shopping for everything Bill. I love Bill. I've had Bill on for years, and he's just I just love his swagger. He didn't care. He didn't care. No,
not at all.
He didn't kiss any ass.
No, he didn't. Or laugh at your jokes. I'm sorry.
Another break.
What happens? Let's go. Really? Let's go.
Another bamboozling.
I mean, it doesn't make you crazy or anything.
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
What jokes did I throw that I didn't laugh at?
Well, he left at the bite because he added to it, like Jay said.
You said he didn't know where he was, and then he added to it. I don't know where Jill. He didn't know who Jill is.
Oh yeah. Let me go check on Protein Shake Gate. Dan could be on his hands. Dan was on his hands and knees with his $300 slacks. He was on his hands and knees.
Were you helping him?
No, yes, I was helping him, but I had 20 seconds to come into the studio.
It looks pretty good.
We're gonna have to mop it.
You surgically removed all Poor Dan.
It's hard to say that.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck Dan.
That's a good interview. You got him to talk about a bunch of stuff. He said he'd vote for Trump.
I know. We should make that a short.
No doubt. Repurpose that thing. And also what he said about Michelle Obama is really scary.
Those should be, but those should both be
right. That he predicts it could be Michelle Obama, because the thing about her is he's right. She does not want to campaign. That's why she said she'd never run for president. But if they picked her, technically she's not running. They just put her in.
Right.
I don't know. She's the scariest potential candidate out there. What up, Fim212? Morning, everybody. Grouper Lips. His interviews are always so interesting.
Either he cleaned it up a lot, or
Merch Crit cleaned it up.
I'm sure she got it right.
I mean, probably shorts on Michelle Obama being a candidate.
Yep.
And Trump flat out wins.
Okay.
Shorts on that, and make sure we tag it and thumbnail it correctly.
All right, no problem.
Because we could really get some good. Bill O'Reilly says,
Oh, yeah.
O'Reilly says, Michelle Obama, click it up, bait it up, thumb it up.
He didn't equivocate at all. He flat out answered it right off the bat.
Right,
It was
exactly.
surprising to me.
Yeah.
Interesting. What up, Nick? You as well.
In federal court, but we know that, well, Aaron, right?
Big lumber. What up, Terry Cantrell? Happy Friday back at you. Thank you, Gold Egg Layer. What up, everybody? Big Longer.
Huh?
You have a good weekend?
Oh, I was just wondering if your name was Beer Green.
Yeah.
Dark Match Rodney Dang.
I guess the Merch Crit cleaned up Danny's.
Oh, that's why it was so clean.
Yeah, Danny doesn't have that in.
Dan probably gave her
He
20.
oh, he
20
stole
bucks.
your slave.
What?
He stole your slave.
Late Night Sanity, what up? You said like delegating, so you started delegating to the
So
what
someone
Bubba
else's
describes as the
slave?
most perfect woman
Yeah.
ever that will shoot you after she defends you.
Mhm. Shoot the bad guy.
Right, I love it. She's badass.
Sure it is.
Again, she's the kind of girl I can say, go hook up my fucking trailer to my truck and load the ramps up, tie strap them down, and be ready to go. Fucking 10 o'clock.
That's saying something. She knows how to do tie downs.
Oh yeah, she can fucking
That's-
complete tie. She can.
You don't play.
Yeah, she can completely tie down a car chassis, everything. Fuck yeah.
That's incredible.
Fuck yeah.
Last time we were at the track, she got on top of the RV and power washed the whole roof. She's up there,
That gets you a little chubby.
She gets.
That gets you a little excited, doesn't it, Bubba?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't have to get my fat ass up there and do it. I don't have to fucking wrestle around with a ladder and try to get up there and know that I can't stand on the fucking actual. I got to do it from a ladder. So you're trying to fucking get a ladder high enough.
There's something that's incredibly attractive about watching your wife do something physical that other
your
people
wife.
wouldn't do. Yeah.
And then
Girlfriend too?
I've taught her how to do. I've taught her how to do the skid steer, so she can go get in the skid steer and go pick up a load of fucking dirt. Hell yeah!
Go fix turn 2, baby.
And then she knows how to drive a Scag Zero turn, so she takes the old one.
Mow the infield and fix turn 2.
Yeah, she'll go mow the infield if I tell her to.
You know, Daniel Triplett, we do it. He does it. The shock doesn't work for him. Like I said, he's conditioned my wife, classic conditioning, like psychology. My wife is Pavlov's dog. I said it the other way. What up, Aunt Kid?
In a country somewhere in the third world, the CIA is using this broadcast as torture to extract information about terrorists.
On your shoulders and legs, with Craig the Bulldog, your cardio, abs, calves.
He thinks of it as doing his patriotic duty.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure, too.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We're trying to make Bubba Army HQ as extensively cool as BillO'Reilly.com. Bubba Army HQ is looking pretty good, I got to tell you. Please be patient with us. We're trying. We know there's some bugs. We know there's some trip-ups and stuff like that. We haven't even really hard launched it. We kind of just soft launched it, Lummy.
Yes, we have.
But be patient with us. Bubba Army HQ. You can get your podcasting there. You can get any archived show we've ever done from there. You can stream it. You can download it. You can listen to Hot Mic. There's just all types of parameters that start and stop with BubbaArmyHQ.com. Bill O'Reilly on the phone said a few minutes ago that this Hunter Biden, don't be distracted by this Hunter Biden, or don't even be distracted by the 9,462 indictments that Donald Trump have, because neither one of them is going to jail. That's what Bill O'Reilly says.
Yeah.
He's like, neither one of them is going to jail. This is just a distraction, tick for tat. You poke me in the chest, I'll poke you in the chest. I actually might think that Biden is as initially Americans such as U.S. Americans who need maps, Americans probably on the surface think that Donald Trump's in more trouble. In actuality, if these China's business deals that go to Hunter and to Biden's brother, that looks like it could be real scary for him, like impeachment proceedings.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
am I correct in the way I've interpreted this?
Yes.
This is the Hunter stuff, and again, don't forget that Bill O'Reilly said this is all just nonsense and window dressings at best, because nobody's going to jail.
And I sent you the breakdown of what Hunter spent.
All right, here we go.
Now we're waiting for the court documents to be unsealed. They're still under seal in federal court, but we know that prosecutors have now filed this new criminal case against the son of the president. We know that David Weiss, the special counsel, has been using a grand jury in Los Angeles to gather evidence, to get testimony over the last several weeks, and the anticipation, certainly from the questions that those witnesses were getting when they did testify, was that a case was imminent, that they were going to bring federal tax charges against Hunter Biden.
Now, that's the sexy ass headlines. Here is what they have found, and I'm in a big IRS situation
Pretty
right
incredible.
now. And let me tell you something. They are just it's like dealing with the IRS is like, it's unlike anything you've ever done. It's kind of legal. It's kind of Gestapo. It's kind of criminal feeling. It's
intrusive.
Yeah, it's very intrusive. And I think they have the ultimate. I think they have more authority than any other agency in our government. I think that they unilaterally can get anything that they want, bank-wise. They can freeze assets. They can do they can take They can take equity or any type of possession of value away.
Right.
They can take anything.
And I feel like if you search hard enough on anybody, you'll find stuff that it doesn't look good.
If you look at what now, Lummy, this is what Hunter Biden. This is the tax returns in question.
Yeah. That's all the expenses.
ATM. Now listen, this is what now. Jay is a very wealthy man compared to me. Jay is I'm just saying, Jay.
Compared to most people, I would say.
Jay, you're a wealthy man. I mean, you are a wealthy man. You're not the wealthiest, but you do well.
I've done well for myself,
Right.
and I'm proud of it.
Right. And I know in all of your ballerness that you've never even come close to taking out. Now, on the lowest end, if you look at ATM and cash withdrawals, 2016, 17, 18, and 19, with the low end being in 19, 186,000, and in the high end being 772,000. How do you take $700,000 out of the ATM machine? You'd have to go there every day, I got to think.
And what are you buying with that?
Yeah.
Is it cash to your brother, your
simple
dad?
math.
It's ridiculous.
All right, so the next category is payments, various women. Okay, so is that now, are these child support payments? Or are these just hookers?
Yeah, well.
Yep.
I mean, up to, in 2018, $383,000. I'm just going to pick out of the 4 years well, no, you know what? I'll just go grand total.
Yeah.
For the 4 years, Hunter Biden took out $1.6 million of ATM cash. Now, Jay, it's my understanding when I take out ATM cash, you kind of got to justify what you're using it for.
Sure you do.
You know?
And where's it coming from?
Within reason. Okay, payments to various women, $683,000. What kind of women? Like, are these massages? Are these, what?
I haven't paid my wife or my daughter $683,212 since 2016.
You haven't paid anybody.
No.
That.
No.
I mean, except yourself.
That's fair.
Sure.
Clothing and accessories, $400,000.
It's like what
So
Dan
you're
spends.
trying to write off everything, basically.
Tuition, education, and then within tuition and education, okay, that seems like a legitimate category. You then throw in extracurricular.
Yeah, that's vague as hell.
Hold on. Who in the hell is your accountant allowing this to be filed?
Right.
Like, what accountant in their good mind would say, yeah, you know what? Tuition and education is in the same category as extracurricular.
Which, what does that even mean?
Wouldn't that be kind of maybe towards the, well, it would be more towards like entertainment. Extracurricular.
Well, I mean, I thought just anything that I thought it's vague by nature, that term extracurricular.
Well, 309,000. Health, beauty, and pharmacy. Now, in 4 years, I mean, we might. I get prescriptions, and
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Dan doesn't even spend that.
No,
on health and beauty.
I might spend like with prescriptions and like co-pays for a crown. I mean, you might spend. Let's say you broke a couple crowns, and let's say you had a bad year. You might spend $5,000.
That's exactly the number I had in my head. Yeah.
As a rich dude, Jay being a rich
15.
dude, he might spend $15,000
With all the co-pays and everything.
Maybe.
It goes
Just-
15,
He's got a
20.
family though
Right.
too.
Not Hunter. Hunter's got $237,000.
He's a pretty
Miscellaneous retail purchases.
That's what I like, that one.
236,000. Food, groceries, and restaurants. 214,000. Insurance, very important. This is, you know what? That might be the only legitimate charge on this whole sheet is his insurance. Loan and mortgage payments, 191,000. So hold on, he spends more on
like the next one.
He spends 5 times the amount of money on women than he does shelter.
He's got
Which
his
is
priorities
expensive.
Am I right?
You know that.
Well, look at 2018 though. $500. That's weird.
Adult entertainment, 188,000. Legal and accounting fees, 147. Telephone and utilities, 118,000. Rehab, drug and alcohol, 71,000, and then
Didn't even go in 19.
Wells Fargo Roth IRA, $53,000.
That's when he had that Burisma contract and he was going wild in 2019. $0
He was
on
overseas.
rehab.
He was just overseas.
It's like my taxes when I was hanging real good. Oh, man. Before we end, I got to go to words so we don't run too late. Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks just like her.
wow.
Him. Sorry. They.
It is, yes.
It's bad. It's
She's
bad.
currently a shot. She has the indoor NCAA women's collegiate indoor shot put record. but we'll be. I'll show you Brock Lesnar's daughter next.
My name is Bubba the Love Sponge, and God, I'm late for break.
Oh, you fell for that old gag.
Now get out of here!
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
Lamborghini Mercy. That bitch, she's so thirsty. Can I DJ Bubba 199 in January? Thank you. Appreciate you.
Let me. Did you get Mike? Was that Mike Thurman?
With Braid Farm John's Island to come back with.
Oh, Lummy, hey, Lummy, I printed something.
Grab it.
Will you go get it for me?
Yep.
I think it's 2 or 3 pages. It's the ring list.
All right.
Thanks, Big Longer. What's up, Big Red?
Thank you.
That's pretty funny, DDP for Life. Holy DDP for Life said, "Holy China doll, Brock Lesnar's daughter makes Janet Reno look like a prom queen."
Stop talking to Steve.
Say again? Yeah, Nick. I sure would. I got to add myself to that class action lawsuit. What up, Big Red?
Mike Thurman, thank you. I'm come back with that.
Mike Thurman.
Just like Braid Farm John's Island 50.
Jay Bowler. What up, Mike Thurman?
Big Red, $100.
What else you saying, Redneck?
Thank you, Big Red. Back with that.
Stephen Copley, you call him Big Mike for the Democratic National Convention. Say again? We're both talking to
Chad.
Yeah. What up, J Baller? 200 here, buddy.
Hopefully Larry's out there.
You two have a good weekend, buddy. Morning, DDP for life. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Warning, warning. The following program contains objectionable content, which may cause oral discomfort. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I gotta get out of here. We've had a protein shake spill. We've had a wiener dog bite. We had Bill O'Reilly.
It's a full day.
And now I'm gonna give you a quick glimpse of Brock Lesnar's daughter.
Can I catch up on my PayPals or Venmos?
What's that? Yes, catch up.
Big Red, $100. Bright Farm, Jones Island, 50. Mitch the Mark's dad, 25. Mike Thurman, $100 on the Cash App.
Yeah. We need it all. We need it all. We need
Thank
it
you,
all,
God.
my friend.
God bless.
Here is Brock Lesnar's daughter, who just broke the indoor NCAA women's shot put record.
Oh! There it is! Hold it!
So wow. That's that. But here's what she's looking like. Right here,
You
buddy.
like that?
Colorado State.
Would you do it, Bubba?
No, I'd be so afraid.
Break it off.
No way. Afraid to get broke off by her and then her dad find out you did it and get your ass whipped by him. Hell no. The Anna Hummel Show on all places that we are seen. Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch. And then audibly on Bubba Army HQ. Have a good weekend. We appreciate you. Anna, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.